Well, welcome to Creator Breakfast Live. This is the extended guest host edition of Creator Breakfast Live. Let's bring the logo on the side, and I'd like to welcome my special guest host, Chantelle Hills. Give a round of applause.
I'm
Do
feeling
I have an
very
applause
special.
button?
Very special guest. That is me. How's everyone going?
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yes, that's so I didn't feel delayed.
It wasn't on the page I was on, so I was like,
Chantelle.
it's like,
Yay!
oh, there's applause somewhere on this mixer. I hope everyone's had a great week out there, and you know what I haven't done? Let's bring up it's making sure that the vibes from Creator Mix are working, and they seem to be working.
Gotta have those vibes.
So I'm going to drop them to hopefully find an appropriate level, and we'll get started on this show. So how's your week been?
I've had a really crazy week of recuperating from the last crazy week. I got to mod probably the most intense stream I've ever modded before in my entire life. So that was it was absolutely fantastic. It was the Matt's Off-Road 4x4 games. I can't remember the exact name, but my brain is a little bit. But it's basically like these junkers that are like. It's this competition where they take them all around. They have special goals and tasks they've got to get completed over this weekend. And the live stream had anywhere from 12,000 to 14,000 people in it at any one time. So the chat was just crazy, and so many amazing people, so enthusiastic about the event. It was one of those things where you think, there is no way I'm going to be able to moderate this many people by myself, but yeah, I was able to. I was able to bring in managing moderator tools and just do the best I could. But it was over 3 sessions. The first 2 were 6 hours or 5 hours. 5 hours. The first 2 were 5 hours, and the last one was 3.5 hours. So they were a long time in the chair, but took some recuperating, and I really didn't want to sit in my office for a couple of days after it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it was intense and insane, and I'm so glad I got to do it.
Excellent.
Yeah. How about you? What's your week been looking like?
My week, I started off a little bit chill, but then by the time I got to about Wednesday, I think I got real busy in my day job, so it was nuts. After that,
forbid your day job expects you to work.
I know. I wake up. I don't normally wake up to emails a lot, especially for the coming into the weekend. And I actually had woke up this morning on Saturday and I had emails to look at. So I'm like, oh
my gosh.
So
wow,
it's all good. Let's see who's joining us in the chat today. Do a few shout outs just to get the ball rolling. Just as a reminder to everybody out there, this is the usual show, but with 2 hosts, and so it's always open to Q&A. So if you have a question for myself or Chantelle, drop a Q in front of it at any time you like. So we know it's a question and not just a conversation going on in the chat. I know before the stream, Monique was here before the stream. Nice and early also was live stream consultants in the house. I know Kevin Hawthorne was here like an hour, like at the normal start time. These are all messages from the normal start time, so an hour ago.
Because we're running long today. We're not finishing before Nick, because Nick's not streaming.
There we go. So do you want to share while I'm pulling these up? I'll shout out the names. You can tell people why Nick's not streaming.
Oh, yeah. So Nick is off on adventures to the Social Media Marketing World conference. I don't know what it's called. But it's another one of these phenomenal conferences that you can go to as a creator, and you can just learn so much. And this one is more marketing centric. But if you think as a YouTuber that you're not in marketing, you may need to have a little bit of a look at motives and the reality behind it a little bit, because we are all in marketing in varying stages. So Both Nick and Roberto are there. They're doing a talk together on stage, as well as I think Roberto's also got a Kajabi talk that he's doing by himself.
Yeah, I believe he's hosting one of the Kajabi workshops. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's doing. So yeah, they've got a schedule there over in San Diego.
They do.
So and I think that starts like Sunday or Monday, their time. I believe.
Is it Monday? I think it's Monday.
Yeah, it's sometime. I guess a lot of people are probably arriving on the Sunday.
Yeah, I've got some other friends from Australia who've left today to go. So
yeah.
Nice. It's another one of those great events. I still think Vid Summit is the number one, and I think Social Media Marketing World is number two, and I think VidCon is number three. But
yeah,
I like them all for different aspects. So
I think so. I think
for my money,
yeah,
Vid Summit.
Yeah, I think that's Vid Summit's my number one as well. I think Social Media Marketing World could be interesting.
I think it'd be a really different vibe there because there's a lot of people that are just in marketing, like corporate marketing as well.
Marketing, not making videos. Whereas Vid Summit is they might not be making video. Most people are probably making videos for YouTube, but they're making videos for other platforms. Whereas marketing, they're doing like emails and funnels and different things and all that marketing stuff.
There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, it's we're here trying to grow a channel on YouTube and do different things. Maybe promote a brand or a personal brand or something that we're passionate about. And marketing is one little element of what we do, but it's for these people at this conference, Social Media Marketing World, it's all about the marketing. Using video for marketing, using emails, using web marketing, and everything else.
Both Jerry and Shark Scrapper have put the nail on the head right there. Jerry said each is a trade show and they each have their own identity. And Shark Scrapper is saying each of the events serves a different focus, but there is obvious overlap.
Absolutely.
That's so
Absolutely.
True. That's so true.
Absolutely. So we'll look forward to some, maybe getting some reports, a few tweets here and there from Nick and Roberto. So
hope so.
And maybe some others that are there that are going to be there that we're not privy to.
They normally
people
get
in our
some really
circles.
good speakers.
Yeah. Absolutely. Leanne's Craft Room's here as well. I did click on a bunch of people like Alice and iPhone Chris and Jerry and Shark Scrapper and Monique's back in here as well. Eileen Smith, of course. The ones that
Rapid Repair with his member
Rapid
chat.
Repair, Larry. Yeah, absolutely. So
great to see everybody.
So I dropped a few of those without verbally acknowledging those. So I thought I'd get out to that. Anytime you've got a question for us, drop it in the chat. We're going to cover the usual news and announcements and different things for this week. So we're going to get started on that shortly. But anytime, feel free to drop a question. There might be some topics that come up. It's going to maybe one or both of us might go into rant mode. Who knows? We shall see.
That's why you bring me on, isn't it? It's like, let's poke the bear and we'll see what can make her rant.
We're both prone to do something or other.
Strong opinions on creator-centric things.
That's right. That's right. And because, like, if you happen to do like a super chat or anything in the live chat, because it's my channel, it's all going to go to me. But if you want to support Chantelle, I've dropped her Buy Me a Coffee QR code. It's also in the link. There's a link right at the top end of the description as well. So if you want to specifically support Chantelle, you can do that via Buy Me a Coffee. And I thought I'll just put mine up as well because it's on the same graphic.
Yeah, they're on the like. Why not? Give people the choice. Give them choices. It's awesome.
That's right. And shout out to Captain Crush. Welcome to the stream.
Great to see you, Captain Crush.
At points, I shall take those QR codes off, but the link will always be in the description throughout the stream.
And Eileen actually said in the chat here, I was a speaker at Social Media Marketing World in 2017. And she met Roberto and Daryl, and of course a bunch of other folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds amazing.
I'm not used to wearing my glasses with these headphones. I normally have my in-ears.
And they've
I'm
been
wondering if I should
playing
go
up.
back to my in-ears real quick before we get going.
All
Because I
right.
know these glasses pressing on the ridge of my nose and my ears probably gonna wear out real fast. So let me just switch back over for a second.
All right. So
what
we
I'll
can
do is
basically say whatever we want because he's not going to be able to hear. He's not going to have headphones on. So, yeah, a shark scrapper. Very funny. Very funny. Yes, I do have very strong opinions about different things. And spiders. Yes, I do have. As an Australian, I probably should hand in my Australian card because I don't like spiders. I don't like them being near me, and they're awful. But thanks for reminding me of the fact that it's really wet here at the moment and the spiders are coming inside. Captain Crush woke up at 7:35. That is awesome. I woke up at about 8:35 p.m. so I had a little power nap to get here for today, which I highly recommend. Power naps or nana naps or whatever it is that you want to call them. They're awesome.
Well,
Doug's
I'm back. I'm back. I got my in-ears back in. I just knew long term with my glasses they weren't going to play well.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's get into some of the topics for today.
Yes.
And we'll start with, as always, we're going to start with Creator Insider and move from there. That's always our starting point. So here we go. Let me get rid of those BMAX so they're not sitting across your face.
Appreciate it. It was hurting.
Okay, Creator Insider had 3 things they talked about this week on the news flash video. There was a whole nother video which we're going to be talking about. I'll mention these separately, but I'll just read them off here. They're launching See Your Subscribers on the channel page on mobile. This is a mobile launch. We've already had that on desktop for many years. Also, they're showing a little content thumbnail in mobile analytics now. So if you're looking at the analytics of a specific video, it'll show like the thumbnail next to the title as well as the title of the video. And they finally announced and talked about the take a break or the overlay for breaks that I did a video on and that I sort of
like 2 weeks
spoiled 2 weeks ago. They finally talked about it this week. So and basically everything I talked about in my video, I hit the nail on the head. There wasn't anything that I missed. So that's good to
awesome.
know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's like a humble brag there.
Yeah.
So just to cover those 3 real quick, subscribers on mobile, you can see this is a little video that's playing. This is only going to be viewable by the channel, the person who owns the channel. This isn't like a public thing that people are going to see who your subscribers are. Obviously, you can share that in different ways already on your homepage. This is just so that you can see, if you're on the app, you can go in and see who your public-facing subscribers are, those who obviously want to make it known that they're subscribed to you. So that's a little addition to YouTube mobile app. Next one. That's like an example. Obviously, the example was used with a short, so that's why it's a vertical thumbnail. So they're basically adding just a little thumbnail so you can identify that you're on a video with the thumbnail in addition to the title that's already there. So that's just in the analytics on your YouTube Studio app on mobile.
And is that already rolled out to everybody, or is that on its way?
It says launch, so if you don't have it already, then you probably have it shortly. I haven't even checked that myself, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm like, but if I touch my phone, I've got it set up for a post later on. I'm like, it's going to start playing music the second I turn it on, so I'm not touching it.
Thanks for the reminder, because I haven't clicked post on my tweet. We got distracted with our audio issues before the stream started.
Yeah.
Okay, it's out there now. It's out there now. Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey, look, I'm gonna open my analytics my YouTube app right now and have a look. If I go into,
see if it's
there. If I go into content and then click on a video, let's just pick a video. Let's pick my last video, and if I go down analytics, and you know what, my app hasn't updated yet. Fancy that. But it's coming. When they say launch, it means hey, they're rolling it out right now. So
Yeah,
some people might have it, some people might
so
not
just
have
keep
it.
an eye out for it. It could take a little bit to come out to everybody.
Yeah.
And just keep checking in your analytics and come back.
And the take a break feature for live streamers has been announced. So I thought I'd drop a picture of one of my thumbnails for my video. I even had a comment this week on that video saying, "You're the only one talking about this. I've been looking for information everywhere else. Nobody's made a video on it. Nobody's talked about it. There's nothing to link to. There's no documentation. But now the documentation's out, and also they've mentioned it in the Creator Insider newsflash. So big props to YouTube for finally announcing something that it previously launched a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah."
So
finally, because that was a similar thing that happened when managing moderator tools came out. It
seems to happen with live streaming tools.
Yeah, they're like, let's just get those under the radar. No one needs to know about those. Who live streams?
All right, I'm just diving into the chat real quick because I know some conversation
in the chat. Andrew Cairns joined us.
That is one thing.
Great to see you.
That's one thing I noticed for sure. Andrew Cairns in the house. Andrew Cairns streaming later today. Did you know that?
I did not.
Oh, we'll be talking about that later.
Awesome.
We'll be talking about that later. He'll be on the Opus Clip channel, by the way. Just so you know. Let's see. Anything else we got there? Big hello to Marius is here. Welcome. Shows your analytics and how to read and interpret them. Did you know that Roberto Blake did a stream on how to look at your analytics and interpret them recently? I don't know if it was last week or the week before. That's one of his Wednesday sessions.
Yeah, I think it was.
So he went deep,
week.
like quite a few, 2-3 hours of.
And he's got another one as well from like a year or so ago as well, and it's still worth watching. It's absolutely still worth watching.
Absolutely, I think you get a lot of value, particularly out of Roberto's, because I was watching it and there was stuff that I'm like, I didn't even know that. So good stuff.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to go the deep dive in the analytics as well, not just talk about like random things, but actually like screen share it and drill down and drill down and drill down. And that's one of the big things about Roberto's analytics videos. They're very, very in-depth.
Absolutely. Yeah, I will try and post more on Blue Sky. I do have a Blue Sky account, and
yes, Doug.
And I don't post it often. I forget to open the app and look at it. It's one of those newer apps you don't quite have the habit down to open it every time you need to or should. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. It's not. It. Yeah. Well, that is true. Andrew is correct. Although they do announce the big things, and then we're waiting for the rollout for quite a while. So it can go either way.
Yeah, it absolutely can.
Hey, we're rolling out this shorts thing, but it's not coming for 2 months.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath.
Sometimes that happens. All right. Park Bros is here. Welcome. Just jumping on. Beanie Drills is in the house. Beanie's in the house. Good to see Beanie again.
Yeah.
Really got to start.
Beanie's been getting into the chats. I've been enjoying seeing him getting back on the horse.
Absolutely. Yeah, yes, absolutely. I found out about corrections from Andrew Can. 100%.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
never
going to
knew
throw a
about
plug
this
out
thing.
here. Sorry, Doug. I'm just throwing the plug out here. If you want to keep really up to date to a really comprehensive list of everything happening in the socials, not just YouTube, but across some of the others as well, you need to go and join Andrew Can's Can Do community over on Discord. And I don't have a link handy. Andrew's probably got one he could throw in the chat because it's his Discord and he's a mod. But I just find it to be one of those places where if I just need a quick answer to a question, or I need just to read through like a pile of different stuff, I find that the weekly roundups are fantastic. So go and check those out as well.
He can post that link now.
He can.
Andrew wasn't a mod, but I made him a mod just so he could post. If he wants to post to Discord, no, he's got the check, but not the range.
Oh.
I'm looking. I'm
because
like,
he has to
why?
check. You can't. Can you like? Will he be blue now instead of grey if he posts something?
Yeah,
I don't
it,
know.
it,
He
it
may
will
have
update with
left.
his. It will update with his next chat. He may have. He's got a live stream to prepare for.
He does. He does. So you might just have to go and search for the Can Do Discord.
Absolutely.
Definitely worth checking out.
Absolutely. I was in there yesterday and today. So yeah.
I was having a dig around this morning.
Yeah, it's always good. There's a lot to look at in there. There's a lot of stuff. So
Andrew's back, and look, he does. He's got a wrench now.
oh,
Got a little wrench.
he's got more than that.
He does.
Andrew Ken is
Thank you for the super chat.
dropping the $4.99 super chat. Thank you both for what you do with sharing news. Absolutely. And sometimes I'm getting news from Andrew's weekly newsletter on the Discord server. Sometimes there's stuff in there that I don't. I'm going, oh, I didn't know about that. Now I do. That's always informative. Always.
We've got more super chats.
Coming in. I find Chris with the membership, I believe that is. Let me have a look.
Oh, that one's joined as a member.
It says no, that says joined as a member. Ah, that's the comment, I think. No, I don't know what it is. Over on YouTube.
It's just a green box.
It's just a green box. So it's probably just alerting me. Social Stream Ninja is alerting me that you are also a member. I think that's what's going on. So I'm just gonna make sure I get in and heart those super chats as you do, as the channel owner. So big shout out to iPhone Chris for the $6. I've got to press the button, don't I? Got to press the button.
Thank you for the super chat.
So iPhone Chris, thanks for the $6. All right, I'm going to move the screen to some of our other. I'm going to do the miscellaneous topics, and then we're going to hit the main topic as the last topic in the list. So right now we'll come back into the chat after each quick topic. This one is something that Neil Mohan did a talk somewhere about, or something, had an interview. I'm not sure where it was. Might have been even in the podcast. But it was reported that he is just talking about YouTube's content moderation policies. One of the things is that YouTube removes 5 to 6 million videos per quarter for violating guidelines. This is moderation of content. As broad, this is not like moderating comments or moderating live stream chats or anything like that. This is like moderation of the entire platform. This is what we're talking about. So that's why they're saying they remove 5 to 6 million videos per quarter. That's a lot of videos, and that's because they're like egregiously violating guidelines. They get their 3 strikes and they're out, or it's a very,
or they're reported for being bad, or
reports, and sometimes if it's an egregious breach, they terminate instantly for certain things. And they say 90% of the content that's flagged is actually flagged by their AI, the content moderation AI that flags it, and then puts a hold on it or hides it or whatever until somebody can physically look at it with their eyes, as in a human. You know what I mean? Human.
Yep.
So they changed when in regards to some of the health policies. Remember, they were very particular through COVID about the videos that talked about COVID. They've actually sort of shifted their approach to health stuff, and now they're doing the whole trusted health sources thing instead of just like hitting like topics generally. They're basically giving more grace and more emphasis is the word I'm looking for on trusted health sources. So if people are doctors or in the medical field, that they have more like world authority, I would say, instead of just like a bit not like channel authority, but in the world they are an authority because they have knowledge, expert knowledge of the health space or a particular part of the health space. So they, you can actually like get YouTube to approve you as a trusted health source and different things like that. There's ways of doing that. They're looking to try and balance free speech and creative expression with protecting viewers in general. So they're trying to find that balance, and it's a hard thing for people to balance.
That's a tough one in health as well.
Yeah. So as a whole, say even stifling free speech, like people, you get when you're talking about. I know even just in our space, in like the YouTube help space and different things, sometimes you talk about what YouTube's rules are, or you're trying to explain like YouTube policies and things, and then people will come in and say, well, that's not, that's something about that impedes my free speech and different things like that. Not knowing really what they're talking about in regards to what, because often there's people in the US talking about their amendment rights and different things, and where maybe it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply in different jurisdictions and different things.
Yeah. And even in the US, it doesn't mean what most people think it means.
That's true. that is absolutely true. Sometimes I think, like, I don't know a lot, but I think I understand your.
Yeah, it's like I've done a lot of research into this, and it's kind of funny that me as an Australian understands your constitutional right of free speech probably better than you do. So yeah, it is. It's one of those interesting ones. And when people find out Australians don't actually have, like, within our constitution, there's not a specific thing that talks about free speech. It's rolled up into other things, but it's not a specific free speech.
That's true.
Protection on its own, but it is rolled into other parts of our law. Yeah,
and so often it's people reading headlines and not reading the details. But anyway, we could go off on a side quest.
We do. Hello, welcome to a live stream with Chantelle. But every time I hear someone talk about, well, they just read the headline, I have there's a song that oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Oh my gosh, he's a friend of Hank Green's, and he's done if you just type in the headline is not the article, it's a song, and he's put it on YouTube. It was like 8 years ago, and it's hilarious. It's just about how you have to read the whole articles, and it's not an article, like the headline's not an article, and it's very fun. But for the life of me, I can't think of his name, and if I touch my phone, copyright music will play.
But anyway, so Neil Mohan was just sharing. I didn't get to find the original source from this interview where this information came from. But yeah, it's a balancing act to allow people to say what they need to say, but protecting people from stuff that could be harmful. You could talk about doing something and that's fine, because you should be allowed to talk about it. But at the same time, maybe people who are underage maybe shouldn't be hearing that content. And so they've, there's age restriction stuff. So that sort of takes care of that. But then there's stuff that's like, are you showing sensitive information? Maybe you're showing like something that's a little bit too graphic or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They got stuff they got to moderate. There's a lot of crazy stuff people are posting on social media that comes out of places like the Middle East and even, and to a lesser extent maybe the war in Ukraine, different places like that, where different things are happening that are unspeakable. It's like we don't see that. We're desensitized to it because the Western media doesn't show this stuff, but people post
Eileen
it online.
It. Thank you, Eileen.
Boom. I've
Weezy Waiter. There we go. Thank you.
Oh,
it was going to mess with my brain.
Excellent.
I appreciate you, Eileen.
If you want to know more, you can follow that link to it was obviously an interview on YouTube. There you go. All right, we're going to move on from this one because this was supposed to be a short one. This is a quick one to start off with. I think this might, I don't know how long ago this has happened, but on mobile, they're now showing you in the feed on the homepage a section called Posts You Might Like from communities. So people posting in the communities, and so it's showing posts that may be of interest to you based on your viewing habits, and so they could look like something like this.
It's a little bit more Facebooky in our YouTube feeds.
Yeah, I'm not really enjoying the community stuff showing up in my feed. I'm seeing, particularly in some of the spaces of people I follow, obviously, sometimes it's just people posting on other channels. They're using it for self promotion, and it's not the easiest thing to moderate in my opinion. Just I don't have it, but I've seen channels that do have it. Seen what the back end looks like, and it's not the friendliest thing to moderate, particularly if you're on desktop.
Yeah.
If you're like a moderator for a channel, it's even difficult on mobile, in my opinion. So if you're not the actual channel owner, it's hard to be able to get in and do stuff. So hopefully they improve some of the moderation in that. But basically it's going to look like a shelf, which is like the post shelf, the community shelf, where it's showing you communities that you follow. But there's also going to show you ones that you might like, who might be maybe somebody you're not subscribed to, but they have a community. But the topic is relatable to the content that
Something
you watch.
that YouTube knows you're interested in.
Yeah. Before we move to the next one,
I like the idea of it. I do, but I just I don't actually consume a lot of YouTube on my phone.
Yeah.
And so I don't actually end up in those communities a lot because of it.
Yeah. And I think like with anything typical with their mobile stuff, a lot of stuff shows up in the phone app, but not in the tablet side of things, like iPads and other tablets. And so it's more of a standard YouTube experience without all the community stuff and posts. Well, you can actually access posts now on iPad, which is great. But some of that stuff doesn't really port over. Like they either don't port it over or they haven't done it yet. Different things like that. So if you're on a tablet, which I consume a lot of content on my tablet, on my iPad, and so they don't have that stuff. Which is sort of good because it's a cleaner feed, I suppose.
Yeah. And I think, like, for me, the reason I don't use my phone is I'm getting older and my eyes, it's just too small for most things. If I'm just listening to something, I can deal with it. But if I've actually got to watch something, it's on my tablet, it's on my desktop, or it's on the TV.
All right, I'm going to jump back in the chat before we move on to some more topics.
The chat has been going. There's some great
yeah, that's why I needed. I thought I better catch up because there's going to be some great comments in there. But I need to hit them in order as best I can. Slightly off topic, but I am watching on mobile, and interestingly, your links to your merch cover the lower left third. Yeah, it's interesting. They're a little big on mobile. I do notice it sometimes when they pop up when I'm watching, say, LTT, Linus Tech Tips. They often put tag products on there. I know mine are on like a carousel, so they're rotating through like some hats and mugs. I can actually go in there. What I might do though is
they're able to dismiss them, like on mobile. You can just click the three dot menu and get rid of them.
Yeah, that's true. But that's an interesting one. Yeah. So they're there to show up, and
you definitely can't miss them on mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it a lot because a lot of creators don't use it, and I just like testing stuff, and especially when I'm live streaming, and just like click on stuff. Okay, let me scroll down and see what we got. You had a whole conversation in the chat about it since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. YouTube is a global community, 100%.
Yeah.
I know. People don't understand that free speech doesn't necessarily apply to platforms. Yeah. We could go down the path.
That's a whole rabbit hole. Of
civics and politics and what that means and how it relates to stuff. But this is a YouTube show. We'll be having a chat about that very soon.
We will be. We will.
As the title of the live stream. I'm sometimes just highlighting stuff. A headline's not an article song. Oh, that's the song that Eileen has.
Yeah, Weezy Waiter made the
song. I thought it was like the podcast interview. I'm like,
no,
that's an odd person for Neil Mohan to have a podcast interview about content moderation. That's funny. That's my misunderstanding. Oh, hang on.
Gosh.
Yeah, platform, not a social platform. Okay, a lot of conversation going on there, and I don't know why I'm just highlighting random comments right now. Philip Murphy's in the house as well, so big hello there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Attacking people. That's definitely draw the line there. It's like you can have a civil conversation without,
Yeah, you can disagree with somebody without
Absolutely.
attacking. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we see that a lot on social media, whether it's X or even here on YouTube in the comment sections, or Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook. All these places. I've had conversations with people where we disagreed. I had someone disagree with where I was commenting on vidIQ's video about the shorts views change, which we're going to be talking about shortly. And I put my opinion out there. But somebody basically told me I was wrong. Well, I'm saying, well, it's my opinion. You can have your opinion. I respect that you have your own opinion. He stopped carrying on because I just said, yeah,
because
that's your opinion. That's
you weren't going to come back firing.
Yeah. He actually said to me, but that's your opinion. I'm like, well, yeah, it is my opinion.
Yes, it is. Correct.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Using that like that's a way to attack, saying, well, it's only your opinion, so it doesn't matter because your opinion doesn't matter. But it's like, well, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
Whether we agree or disagree, that's what happens.
And I just want to say, not everybody's opinion is screenshot and added into the vidIQ videos. I've just lay that out there.
Some people are special. Andrew says, now for community guidelines, you agree to the rules of different communities and YouTube's terms of service. That's right. That's right. There's quite a few places, like when you come into the live chat, sometimes you get that,
like the
behave yourself speech, different things like that, different things. So, YouTube are reminding users that, hey, keep it civil, have your own opinion, but, respect each other and have a good conversation. Because I think some of the best conversations I've had with people is where we are coming at something from two different sides. Yeah.
And we do have different opinions. And our goal is not to sway the other person and bring them around to our side. It's just to have a discussion on why we think the different things. And
Absolutely. Good comments here. Good comments. And vidIQ stuff. Sure.
Andrew's jumped in with, he used to be a Tube Buddy star. Let's go. I love it. Wow. But yeah,
I don't know what to say about it.
When we join these platforms, like I'm in a space on Facebook where a lot of the people that I follow are older. It's where I do I follow a lot of crafters and stuff over there. And the number of times you see them resharing that post of like, I'm sharing this post because I do not give Facebook permission to blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, I'm just reading it and like, yes, you do. Yes, all of these things you agreed to when you opened your Facebook account. And it does absolutely zero. And you try to tell them and they're like, nope, I don't give them permission. I'm like, well, then you need to delete your account. That's it. But yeah. What is the noise for?
I don't know. I just dropped it randomly.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant something. I was like, oh. Is that like the hook? Is that like a hook to stop me from talking?
Maybe we need like a sound effect. Let me see what I got on other pages here.
No, we really don't.
Something like that, but not that. But anyway, we're gonna move to the next topic real quick.
Oh gosh.
Here's a quick one. YouTube is doing some ad testing for podcasts on the platform. YouTube ramps up podcasting with new ad tests. YouTube is testing dynamic ad insertion, which is a whole podcast thing, letting creators swap host read ads after publishing. How this is going to work, I have no idea, but this sounds interesting. Sort of gets it on par with stuff you can do on Spotify and some of the other platforms. This gives podcasters more control and long-term monetization options like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Ads can be updated or replaced anytime, making promotions more timely and relevant. This is really interesting. I don't know if this applies to just audio or if it applies to video as well. I'm going to assume that's just the audio because that's like an audio podcast thing. It's part of YouTube's bigger push to become a major podcast platform, and they're pretty big already. They're getting a lot of podcast listens and views. every month. Every month.
I think this sounds really interesting because, like, how many times have you listened to a podcast where you've gone back and listened to like an older episode and the discount code no longer works, or the thing that they're talking about is actually no longer available anymore?
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, that was a wasted ad because, you know, I can't do anything with it. So I think that's actually a really interesting thing. You definitely need to be looking at your contracts and seeing how long you agree to keep their ad in place for. It would no longer be an in perpetuity thing. So yeah, I think that's really interesting. I like the idea of it. I'd love to see how it's going to be done.
Yeah, it could be very interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more details on that one. Sort of, you know, pondering in the back of my mind. You know, various podcastings that can be done. Maybe what can I do? Can I do a podcast? I've been thinking about doing podcasts for years. And I dabbled when Anchor first came out. Dabbled with like recording segments on my phone, and you know, got a few episodes up there back in probably like 2018, 2019, when that was a thing where you could just like assemble a podcast in the Anchor app, which is now totally different, and it's now Spotify for podcasters or whatever it's called. So it's interesting what you can do and the different options becoming available. Spotify's got their partner program now. So if you're uploading video podcasts, you can monetize them and get some ad revenue.
Yeah, on Spotify,
they're trying to mimic
and
YouTube
now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that interesting? Like YouTube came into the fray for podcasting, and now the other podcasting platforms are trying to copy what YouTube did, even though they're technically one of the newer players in this particular corner.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Okay, YouTube this week also talking about rolling out smarter notifications to keep subscribers engaged. Some of the highlight points here is there's new test limits for notifications for subscribers who rarely engage. So if they notice that a subscriber isn't engaging with the notifications that are coming in, they're going to maybe show it less often or not at all, because you're not showing any interest in that particular channel or that particular type of content. Inactive subscribers won't get push alerts, but they can still find updates in the YouTube app's inbox. So you'll still see them in the inbox in the notifications on the YouTube app and stuff, but maybe you won't get that pop up on your phone necessarily for every single piece of content that you might have, you know, clicked the bell and clicked all for, but then when they come through, you never click on them anyway. Highly engaged viewers will keep getting all notifications as usual. So if you're engaging with a channel on a regular basis and clicking through those notifications, watching that content that's been notified to, then YouTube will believe that you're fairly happy with that notification flow and just keep it going. So the main goal is to prevent app-wide notification shutdowns, because what people do is they get overwhelmed with apps. They basically turn notifications off for the entire app, for YouTube totally. So say they're on their mobile device, they'll turn YouTube notifications off so they don't get notified on anything. If they feel like they're getting overwhelmed.
Let me know in the chat. Have you turned off notifications on your phone? Because there's just so many of them now.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Andrew's got a hop, but he's thanking us for the good vibes, the good morning vibes.
There it is.
While he goes and deals with the cat who woke him up early.
Have a good stream later today. Before we go to the main topic, which is the next topic, we're gonna take a brief recess from that and come back out here, and let's talk about what's coming up later today on here. And I'm going to push the music up manually today because I don't have a little music track on that. Okay, you've got two streams to choose from. Now, this is a dilemma. Both these streams are on at the same time. So you can either choose to watch Daryl Eves interviewing Nick Pro, talking about 10 billion views and how to crack the YouTube algorithm. Interesting. His live stream interview format. Ask questions that would be helpful to you, and then a short Q&A at the end. Andrew will be on the Opus Clip channel talking about what you're not doing with Opus Clip and YouTube Shorts. So that could be interesting if you're particularly a shorts creator or make shorts in any sort of way. This might be a great stream for you. So maybe that's a better choice. So it's a choose your own adventure day here on YouTube. So choose one, choose both, maybe watch one and watch one replay, or don't watch any at all. But it's up to you. Up to you.
That's a tough call.
And just as a reminder for those who are coming late, Nick Nimmin is not streaming in his normal time slot, which would be like right now. He'd be streaming right this
for
moment.
15 minutes if he was coming.
So Nick's traveling, but there's a possibility he might do a pop-up stream sometime over the weekend. So keep your eye on YouTube for that. Might be later today. Who knows? Possible, no guarantees. If he's busy, of course. He's already in the US getting ready for social media marketing world, as we were talking about before. And Chantelle, I believe you're probably streaming this week?
I am, yes. Back to it. Last week I was a bit shattered after my very big weekend of moderating, very big streams. But no, back on the horse on Monday. Well, Sunday evening.
And that for US people, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
9 a.m. at Queensland time. I think we've got another week before down south comes back in line with the proper time.
Or two before they line back up again.
I think it's pretty soon. I think it could be next week. It could be next week.
Gosh.
So let's jump back in the chat real quick, and then we're going to jump on the main topic.
All right.
People with a Passion is here. What is the main topic? As mentioned on the thumbnail and title, we're talking about YouTube Shorts views. The changes that YouTube are making to views is what we're going to be talking about. And there could be a rant involved. I don't know. Can't guarantee whether or not that will happen.
Aline says that she never gets the notifications. Interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because it's either notification on your desktop, like in your like a browser notification, so integrated there, or the whole phone thing. But it gets complicated doing notifications because you subscribe and ring the bell on a channel. You might say you want some notifications, or you want all notifications for that particular channel. But then you got to have notifications turned on for the YouTube app in the app. There's that. Yep. So if you don't set that up properly, and then obviously there's the device level, which sort of integrates with that, as YouTube telling your iPhone or your Android phone what notification settings it wants to give out, and then you could disable like notifications globally on your phone and get no notification whatsoever. That means you won't get YouTube notifications. You won't get notifications from Twitter. You won't get or X. You won't get notifications from your if there's a calendar thing that's got to pop up. But most people don't turn it off device wide. It's usually I want it from these apps and I don't want it from these apps. And sometimes people will ring the bell and everything, but don't get notifications. Say you put out a video as a creator, I put out a video. It wants to send out notifications, but that person doesn't have their YouTube notifications turned on their app, and so they don't get those notifications. It'll probably show up in there. You have
to tick the box in so many places for it actually to happen.
Yeah, that's right. And you can see that people do that in your analytics. There's actually a spot where you can actually see how many people it was trying to go out to, how many people it actually went out to, who had theirs on,
how many people actually clicked on it. Yeah,
how many people actually clicked on that point, which out of that is a very low number anyway. It's not a huge effective way of getting views. Obviously, getting views on the homepage and even searches, search in different places is way better than notifications. But it's a feature and a function that you can utilize.
And it's not nothing. That's the thing. It's not nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Swinging those hammers will wear you out. Absolutely. Yeah, they really did. It was fun.
But you forgot Nick isn't on today. Now you do. Now you remember.
Now you've been reminded.
Lucia and Glenn are here. Welcome.
Good to see you.
Hello. Oh, look. Love your hair. Look at that.
Oh, thanks.
That's one way of looking at it too. Your own custom TV guide.
Yeah.
It's not as not as informative as say a regular TV guide, like a TV guide on like a TV or something, smart TV, whatever.
Yeah, where you can see like this is going to drop at this time, and this will be dropping at this time, and this will be. I wish I could at least get that for live streams. Like, have it in
that's my number one thing for the subscriber feed is a shelf for live streams, scheduled live streams.
Yeah, in the order that they're dropping, not the order that they were scheduled.
The next one that's available out of all your subscribers, the one that's going to start the next, is right at the front and then in order backwards.
Yes.
So if somebody schedules, like Roberto, who scheduled his streams right through till May for his Wednesday streams.
They all hit together in one spot.
He scheduled them all at once, but they're like a few weeks down my subscriber feed now, so I'm never going to find them again. But if they're on a shelf, I can see that he's going to be streaming every Wednesday. I can make plans. I think it's a great feature. I have suggested it, sent it through to feedback, and I think I even put it in my list to Renee at least one time.
It's in my list to Renee.
So
and lots of moderation tools is in my list to Renee as well.
As always, yes.
As always, dear Renee, please, oh please, could I please have this, please.
Please.
Could I please see where I'm a moderator for and what level moderation access I have in one screen and a button to disconnect them? I'd love that.
That'd be good.
Because I find out random people make me moderator on their channel and I have no idea until I go into their channel and look at something and I'll be like, did you make me a moderator?
Yeah. I've had that happen too. I've had that happen. All right.
Yeah. Alrighty. Should we dig in, Doug? Let's hydrate. Let's get ready for this one. This is a divisive one.
I think so. And I'm just gonna. I've got the little quotes. So we're gonna start with the YouTube CEO Neil Mohan, and we'll go with him. And so let's go through the basic. What's the basic announcement, and then go from there, and then we can give our thoughts and stuff after that. I've got four screens to go through.
All right.
So starting the 31st of March, which is Monday. Mm-hmm. Yes. We're changing how we count shorts views on YouTube. Views will count the number of times your short starts to play or replays. So if you let your short loop 5 times, that's 5 views straight away. Then there'll be no minimum watch time requirement because up till now, the views that they're counted, people have to stay on that video for a certain period of time. They don't tell you what that exact number is. I heard somebody banding about 5 seconds, but YouTube don't tell you. You watch all the videos where they've talked about it, including the creator insider video that's sort of showing at the bottom here.
They don't want people to gamify that, so
that's right. They don't tell you
a specific time. Yep.
How long you have to watch. Someone has to watch before it's actually counted as a view, because that's how they do long form. You have to watch for a certain period of time, then it's a view. And it's probably not a long period of time, but they don't tell us that because you could game something. You could set up a view farm and have it play. Say it's 10 seconds. Play for 10 seconds, gets to second 11, then goes on and starts the video again. So it counts another view or view farms. But YouTube have got systems to detect that.
YouTube don't make it clear. It's just so these things can't happen as easily.
That's right. They're keeping what they're currently calling views, what we know as views right now. They're gonna call it engaged views. So this is engaged views is going to be what we've been used to as somebody who's watched a video for X number of seconds, that becomes an engaged view. That's what the current views are going to be called now, and then they're going to call what I would call an impression. Someone's showing. I see the short pop up in the feed. And then I swipe it away immediately because I'm not interested. But they count that as a view now. Yeah. So this new view is technically more of a shorts impression. But they're counting all the impressions to give you... there is a reason for it, and we're going to go into that in a minute.
I'm like... I'm trying to keep quiet so you can get through all the things.
It's not going to affect any way they do monetization, because monetization is still going to be based on engaged views and not these impression views that I'm calling them. I'm calling them impression views because they're just, to me, that's just an impression because you're fed stuff. Mostly in the shorts feed, you're fed a video, you swipe away, and then you go to the next one, you swipe away, or then you stop on it, watch it for X number of period of time. It becomes an engaged view, and then obviously that creators might earn a fraction of a cent from that view. So that's the basic idea of what they're doing. So they're going to open up metrics so you can see both metrics. The public-facing view, though, will be this new type of view, this impression view. Every time it's just shown to somebody, basically. The video starts to play, even if they swipe away, or if they let it loop. Every loop is counted as a view, where I don't think YouTube was quite doing that before. They were just doing like it's one view, but you had 300% watch time.
Yeah.
But they're still going to count all those other things because monetization is still based off engaged views. Other analytics are still based off engaged views. So really, there's a reason for this. And we're going to gain some more insight from Renee himself in his tweet. Interesting tweet that he put out here, announcing the same thing. And then there's a video here from Todd Sherman, who's the head of Shorts, basically giving us the same information on March 31st. Shorts views will be counted instantly when your short starts to play or starts to loop. Created. Okay, this is the thing that we're contending with, and this could be controversial. And obviously there'd be some people who do fall into this category. Creators have been asking for this. Have they though? Maybe some have. In part to make it easier to understand performance, especially cross-platform. So this is the crux. There's a little bit more to read on. We're going to go back on a different screen to read this. But this is the crux. There's a certain quarter of creators who are doing short-form content and want to compare the views that they're getting for that same piece of content on TikTok, on Reels, and on YouTube Shorts, maybe other places do vertical content. They want to be able to compare views. But because TikTok and Reels and other platforms count these impressions as views, and YouTube are counting engaged views, so they're waiting for people to view it for a certain period of time before it's counted as a view. So generally, YouTube's views have been lower. And so they're suggesting, I think they said, I want to say 30% uptick
in
views with this change.
40% uptick,
So then YouTube becomes more on par with those who want to do the comparison game, basically. I was going to play Todd's video, but I don't think I will. I will. It's just like a quick Q&A. I had it queued up just in case the feeling grabbed me. Here's an outside point of view from someone from outside the YouTube, because we look at sources from inside YouTube. Here's somebody who covers social media in general. Matt Navarro says it's viralflation hits YouTube. Shorts views inflated to match TikToks. This is an interesting perspective from an outsider. Shorts now count a view instantly, aligning with TikTok and Facebook, inflating metrics. He says that creators feel the pressure. What was viral, 1 million views, now means little. Because Mr. Beast gets 100 million views per video, raising expectations. And he gets a lot of views on his shorts as well. Once, 2.5k Reddit upvotes got a meme viral, but now Reddit front page needs 30,000 plus. Brands are demanding higher numbers. This is another thing that these public-facing numbers are used for, is for creators who are maybe attracting brand deals. And so they want to see what sort of reach they're getting. And as a brand, I don't know, if you're a savvy brand, I think you'd see through this.
You still want the engaged viewers if you're a savvy brand.
Exactly.
I'm trying really hard not to rant just yet. Have we got another slide?
There's one more slide.
All right.
But this is interesting. We're going to go straight to it because we can keep talking about this. Okay. This is the same one from Renee, YouTube liaison. The first part, this is just from X this time. So it has the extra points over on the right-hand side here. We already talked about the first 2 points there on the previous one. YouTube partner program revenue sharing will be based on engaged views, which I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Which is the new name for the previous definition of a view. Watch for a minimum amount of time.
Which is exactly how you're paid now. That will not change. It's exactly how you're paid now.
So, like, to me, what's the point? If your purpose, and then a lot of people's purpose is to earn revenue with their shorts, even though it's small, it's still revenue. People want to be compensated, but those higher counts of views aren't going to compensate them any more than they're already being compensated, because the compensation is still worked off engaged views, because engaged views are the content that people actually watch and then see ads around it. Now, you could be right next to an ad in the shorts feed, but as people keep swiping away, before it reaches that minimum threshold to be an engaged view, you don't get paid for that impression view. You don't get paid. You'd never have, and you still won't. So it's like to me, it's like, apart from that comparison thing, what's the point? What's the point of this? What is the point? Do you have thoughts on this?
I have thoughts.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad.
I have thoughts. I've been trying really hard to not interrupt and to just let you lay it all out, because I think that any savvy YouTuber, anyone who's been around the tracks for more than 5 minutes and has put effort and time into their channel and understands how shorts are working, is going to look at this as a straight up nothing burger. There is nothing. It is nothing. It means nothing. It doesn't change anything. All it does is makes those people who go, oh, but I get so many more views on TikTok than YouTube, shut their little mouths. That's it. That's all it's going to do, because it does nothing. It in no way affects your income. It in no way affects your reach. It in no way does anything of any importance. And like you said, what is the point? And it is literally just to stop the whingy whingers complaining that they get so much more reach on TikTok and on Reels because of just the difference in the metrics. We all know that a YouTube view is worth so much more than a TikTok view. We know that. And anyone who has looked into the monetization, YouTube pays more for their engaged views than you get on TikTok, than you get on Reels. These things aren't going to change anything other than perceptions. And in a time where, like they were saying here, you have to have 30,000 to be on a Reddit homepage now. All these numbers are just going up and up and up and up and up. But these are impressions. That's all they are. And I mean, I like to see impressions. And there is one thing that you will be able to do. There is one advantage that you will get as a creator, understanding now your short form impressions versus your engaged views. You'll get to see if your content is actually being shared to a pile of people. And then you can actually make changes to those first few seconds to try and engage those views. That's the only real thing that I can see, because like so many brands, like all you have to do is talk to somebody who does a lot of different brand deals. They understand that YouTube metrics are different than the other platforms.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my rant. I could be wrong. It is my opinion. But there we go. That's it.
Well, Alice does bring up that point about maybe improving the first few seconds of your short. So that, I'll give you that. That's something I hadn't thought of, but yeah. And
it's like when we're looking at our long form content, when we're looking at our impressions versus our views, when like our impressions versus our click-through rates, we can see, okay, YouTube did share this out to a pile of people, but no one clicked on it. Why didn't they click on it? And it's usually your thumbnail or your title or your topic. And so you will be able to glean some of this possibly from your shorts now that you get to see the impressions. But I think they should just call it that, impressions. because it's
Yeah.
what it is.
And I believe that the information was probably already in your analytics anyway for that, for each short that's there. So
Yeah.
it's just making that number more visible and
I
putting that.
Are we going to start putting impressions as our view counts on all our other videos as well?
No,
Or is it like
it's only shorts.
So it's still split. It's still split.
Yeah, it's treating it differently
So-
because it's a different. Like
But it needs its own app.
Yeah, it does. Is this a case for shorts being pushed out as its own app? There's a subsection of
if you're gonna have-
creators and viewers
Yeah.
that would love that, in the sense of then I don't have to watch shorts at all. I can just watch long form on the YouTube app
Yeah.
and watch. And people, if they want to watch shorts, can go over to the shorts app and watch the shorts. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I have seen on, particularly in this year, on some of the past Creator Insider videos, people get into the chat, even though it's something they haven't talked about. They'll jump in the chat and they will like be harassing the YouTube staff or whoever may be reading that, and basically like demanding that they have the ability to either turn shorts off or put it in its own app, and you got to do this because we're demanding it. And it's like,
Yeah.
you must
Like
do it.
Jerry
It's like,
says, they probably aren't splitting it up. But I think
Yeah.
the second you start treating the analytics of the different content forms differently, I think something needs to be looked at. Because either we need to list the impressions of all our videos, or we need to not list the impressions for shorts.
yeah. And I don't think they want to go down the route of having two sets of statistics on the
Yeah, like
publicly
they're trying
facing
to-
on the thing.
Yeah,
Like-
they're
like-
trying to
like-
clean them. They're trying to remove too much data
Yeah.
from the viewer head, like from
That's
the
right.
play head in the viewer. They're not going to want to add like an extra impressions versus
There's
you
there's
know,
already too
actual
much stuff under the
views.
videos. There's like some people don't even
Yeah.
find the super thanks button to drop a super thanks, because there's so much stuff under the video that it gets truncated into the
Mm-hmm.
3-dot menu, and you have to go looking for it. And that doesn't help people. Like I could probably count the amount of super thanks I've had on videos on one hand.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot. So, yeah, exactly. So
And I
there's
think
there's
one
definitely a
was
case for keeping it
Andrew
clean.
and one was Justin, and it was because they were both testing it on their channels.
That's right. That was early on. Yeah.
yeah.
Jerry says a higher view number will also not help the performance of their videos.
Yep, it's not going to help anything.
Yeah, Larry agrees. Larry agrees.
It does. It really feels like an inflated number, because it is just the impression. It's not a view.
I agree with Jerry on this. I think it is dumbing YouTube down, because YouTube, in my mind, and I don't want to say superior platform as in, they're
It
better.
is.
They're better.
Let's
They're
be
better. They're
honest,
just a
it
better,
is.
and they I guess they are a little bit, but TikTok's a valid platform. Reels is
Just
Facebook
because
Reels
something's
is a valid
superior doesn't mean
platform.
the others aren't valid.
Yeah, that's right. But YouTube is better in many ways, and I think how they count views is more like it. Understand? I want to know what a real view is. I want to know that somebody's actually engaged.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
What I think should actually happen is I think TikTok and Reels should actually put in what the real views are, what their engaged views are versus their impressions.
Yeah.
I think it should be the other way. I don't think YouTube should be dumbing down theirs. I think that TikTok and Reels should be actually putting the truth on their screens.
I agree. So TikTok Reels, if you're out there listening to this live stream for whatever
We've
reason,
said it has to happen now.
step up to the plate and give it, even if it's not public facing, at least give the creators an option to see how many of those views are really engaged views, because I think that'll help creators a bit more than vanity views. I call these impressions views vanity views.
That's what they are.
I've already been vocal about it on some of the platforms. I think it was probably X. It's probably X. It's probably the
probably
place I'm
X.
most vocal.
It's a scream into the wind.
Now, this is true because it just depends on the brand. It does impact brand
does.
deals in that's the public-facing number, and that might be all they have to go off. So it does sort of indirectly affect brand deals. Brands who are smarter will be probably wanting to find out the engaged views, even though they won't be able to see it now, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Before they were seeing the engaged views.
For it.
Yeah,
They should be
if they want to do a
asking
deal,
for
they
it.
probably, if they're savvy, they'll ask for that information. If they if you want to do a deal around shorts, shorts collaborations, like I gotta say, I don't know if I want YouTube Shorts to turn out like what I'm seeing on TikTok is like some, because I get fed a lot of Australian content in TikTok, particular because they're bigger on the geolocation and stuff. But a lot of that is all brand deals and stuff. It's like they're promoting vacation spots or products or services. It feels like I'm
just watching like TVSN.
Yeah, and I'm like swiping through these to get to something that's actually organic content.
Yeah.
And they'll have the same type of voiceover, so you know immediately that it's a flipping ad. It's a paid ad. Yeah. Basically.
It's a paid ad.
It's a TikTok video as a paid ad. So I don't want shorts to get to that percentage.
Creators shouldn't do this. Like absolutely they should.
But get the bag.
I think it'd be nice to get served a balance. Like, creators to get sponsor deals, awesome, good work. But I just think that the algorithm tends to push the more ads than the not ads.
Yeah. So yeah, I reckon there's gonna be brands on both sides. So I'll give you that. People with passion says I hope shorts were its own app. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Think I have an opinion either way on whether shorts should be its own app. Keep shorts viewers on the main YouTube app because someday they will mature. Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly. And look, there is starting to be connection between shorts viewers and long form content, but it's still not huge yet.
YouTube has a set culture as far as how they present their data, and this makes what is presented outward less trustworthy, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like this is something that I've said over and over again. YouTube is second to none in the data that they give their creators access to. Like Instagram doesn't give you anywhere near the data. Facebook doesn't give you anywhere near the data. TikTok doesn't give you anywhere near the data. On YouTube, there is so much data, you're drowning in it. You've got to know where to look for what. You can find just about everything you want to find.
Yeah.
But they, like the data that we get from YouTube is second to none. And I agree with Jerry here. It does color that now.
It does.
Yeah.
I agree. Now, I'm not sure what this question's exactly. People should have the ability to drop their shorts. I'm not sure what drop their shorts means. Yeah.
Okay. Like we're talking about like not be shown shorts in their feeds at all.
Okay, back to that part. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. I think having the choice, but I think YouTube are not keen on giving people that choice because if it's not like front of mind, front and center, then maybe then
people won't go to watch it because they'll go searching for whatever else.
Yeah. I only sort of less people will see shorts maybe, or they think that's the case. Catherine's here. Hello.
Good morning, Catherine.
The data disclosure has been superior. We can state that as a fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. YouTube is falling into the trap of vanity metrics. Yeah, and that they were like veering away from that when it came to like subscribers. They were sort of trying to de-emphasize subscribers without completely getting rid of them because it still has relevance because you need 1,000 subscribers, 500 subscribers to get monetized. There's certain things you need to have 100,000 for you got your play buttons, 100,000.
Yeah,
a million and all the
There's always
ones
been
above
vanity
that.
metrics. There's always been vanity metrics on YouTube.
Yeah.
But this is just a new step onto the path.
Yeah, this is an extra vanity metric.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah, every platform has its place. Absolutely. I think YouTube is a platform that's probably done right for creators more so than any other platform. So from a creator point of view, it's better.
Yeah.
It's obviously has more reach because how many billions of views and millions and billions of users
Well, we've got
get it
billions
each
of
month.
users, and and YouTube has been around for 20 years, and they've built and earned their reputation over a long time. And we can trust it. And the whole, like, neither Facebook nor TikTok, or Meta nor TikTok, pays their creators like YouTube does. And like I'm the first one to admit, I think 30% is rich on fan funding, but I think the 55-45 split on the ad revenue is fantastic. I think no one else is giving that kind of split on the ad revenues at all.
Yeah.
And if there's no clarity what the split is.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Particularly on, I think the super chat splits. I think Google or YouTube are keeping way too much. Like, obviously, they're providing the system for processing, so I believe they should get something. And Google gets their processing fees.
Yeah,
I think 10. Yeah.
Doug and I both use Buy Me a Coffee, and I've gone through and worked out, some percentages. And Buy Me a Coffee takes about 5%, and Stripe, who is my payment processor, they take about 5%. So I lose about 10% when you shout me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee. If you send a super chat, I lose 30%. So, like, there's advantages. Like to the YouTube super chats, is that it does appear in the chat right there. The Buy Me a Coffee, you kind of got to have another device handy to read it, and we've got it set up so that they show up on screen, but they're still quite quick. I wish I could adjust that time so it could be a little bit longer so I could actually read it. But we get to see that it comes, but I still don't think that's worth the additional 20% on top, just for that extra feature. But in saying that, they're the first to do it. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, we have a question, Creative Classroom. This is a technical analytics question. We had 12 new subscribers, but we think it came from a collab I did with another creator on their channel. Any way to find that out? Possibly. I think you'd have to go in advanced mode. Let's do a bit of let's go screen share and investigate this. See if we can find the answer.
See if we can find it.
So I am just in my analytics generally. I need to be on the right screen. Let's see. And if I go at the top here, go to advanced mode. Now, if it's happened recently, then I'd just leave it on the last 28 days because that'll help sort of dilute everything. And so we get all the complicated stuff here. We want to look at subscribers. So we need to...
Yeah, she says it happened 2 days ago.
Click
so
on
you can even drop it down to the last 7 days if that's helpful.
Yeah, that's right. So so you could drop it down. It'll give you the date range. It'll tell you what that covers. So what you could do, once it says subscribers by content, then you can just scroll down and then you can see what pieces of content it came from. I'm not sure how it goes if the collab was on your own channel. That would be pretty clear. So you're obviously looking at the subscribers column, which is this one here in the middle.
Doug, you're muted.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you through the. Home Rapid Repair says he hears Doug.
Okay.
Maybe it's just. And Creative Classroom can't hear me. Maybe she has muted us rather than. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Ecamm and I can see the levels.
Yeah. Jumping around.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just Creative Classroom. Everyone else can still hear us. Sorry.
And this is who it's for though. This is who it's for.
That's right. We have to wait because it is for Creative Classroom.
Let's put it back up there. That's the question. That's the question we're looking at. All right.
Can you hear us now, Creative Classroom? Let us know if you can hear us.
We'll keep talking. I'll keep that screen share up. We'll come back. Come back. Just think if there's anything else in the chat we can look at and then we'll come back. See, some people want to like open up and go straight to a live stream or a regular video, or just look at the their general feed just to see what new videos are out there. Yeah, most of the comments is I can hear. I can't hear.
Yeah, so Creator Classroom says for some reason she can't on desktop, but she has turned on mobile now, so she'll be able to hear us.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Let's go back to the screen share then.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've done is I've gone into advanced mode and then I've changed the filter up here. Actually, I need to scroll up. Not that one.
Scroll.
There it is.
Scroll.
I just changed this part here from views to subscribers. And it says subscribers by content. I've narrowed it down to the last 7 days just to get clarity. Narrow it down to where you need to narrow it down to. Now, it's going to show content here. And generally, I think, I'm not sure. It's
think
interesting. If you had like a subscribe card on
content.
Yeah. Like if you had a subscribe card on the end screen of somebody else's video because you did a collab and they put the subscribe button on their end screen and somebody subscribed that way, I wonder if it would show up in here is what I'm wondering. I'm not sure. But you're looking at the subscriber column, which is here.
Yeah.
So if it's like a higher number than most, it's probably going to be near the top. And so obviously my most recent video has got me 2 subscribers in the last 7 days.
And the other thing that you could look at is that like if they're not clicking on an end screen or a subscribe now button, you can actually go in and look at and see where your traffic's coming from and find that video and see if any subscribers have come from that, like see how many viewers have come from that traffic. And sometimes that might give you, I don't think it gives you subscriber numbers based on like they came from that particular video. But if you've got an exceptionally large number of traffic from that particular video, it might give you a better idea of like, yes, we're definitely getting some traction from this.
I'm not sure how you'd pull
external
that
video.
up. Maybe a subscription source. Here we go. Let's go in here. There's an option across the top also, subscription source. So I've clicked on that. I'm still on 7 days, and I could look at YouTube watch page, YouTube channel, subscriptions feed, closed accounts, shorts feed, other. What's other? If you hover over the little question mark, usually gives you like an explanation of what those are.
Yeah.
Other is, which is interesting because I got 1 subscriber gain in the last 7 days from this. It says it's a category called channel other and included sources that are now included in their own categories. You're probably going to have an option about a YouTube watch page, maybe. The subscribe button on the page. You'd probably have one that says end screen if they're like clicking the end screen on a video that's on somebody else's channel. I think that would show up as a subscription source. Obviously, I don't have one like that at the moment. That's at least relating to 7 days. I'm sure once. Like I recently did that collab with you in the past week. It went live. So I'm wondering why maybe that should be showing up. Should I maybe be getting subscriptions from that?
Creator Classroom is asking, wait, where is the subscription source? So can you go back in and show how you found that?
Okay. I just went across because it defaults to content over here. I just went across here to subscription source.
Yeah.
Right there where my cursor is. That was there. And I click on that. And then now I've changed this to 28 days just so I can get a few different things. The blue ones you can lock into, but it doesn't actually tell you anything more about the source. It says YouTube watch page. I've gained 78 subscribers and I've lost 2. So it's a total gain of 76.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, how do I go back? I should, oh yeah, okay. Subscription source right there. So when it's your YouTube channel, subscriptions from the subscribe button, that's the subscribe button on your channel page. Shorts feed doesn't get any breakdown, so it's not blue.
Yeah.
YouTube search can get broken down, but that's going to show you search queries. You can see people are subscribing. No, it didn't give me any. Maybe there's not enough data. People, I had 1 subscriber from a community post.
Nice.
That's interesting. Subscriptions feed. Interactive features. Okay, if you've got to jump on interactive features, this is where end screens show up. Interactive features such as end screens, branding, watermarks, or annotations. Funny that annotations haven't been around for a very long time.
It's still there. I know. I'm like, why is that word still there?
Yeah. And oddly, in the last 28 days, I've lost 2 subscribers based on interactive features. I actually lost 3, but I gained 1. So it's a net total of -2.
Gosh.
Never get hung up about these sort of metrics when you see negative numbers, because people are always unsubscribing. Like, see, closed accounts, for example. So that was like, I don't know how you gain subscribers from closed accounts, but I lost 27 from closed accounts.
Closed, I can understand why you lose subscribers from closed accounts, but how do you gain subscribers from a closed account?
Yeah, that's interesting. Right? So yeah, you can't, like, when you drill down, it's not giving me a specific video, but I reckon if you saw a bigger number there on interactive features, if it's an end screen on somebody else's video, then and they did it there, because most people are going to click there because they've finished the video, they click there, saying, I want to know more about this channel, and they might click there if they subscribe, because that'll subscribe them directly, and then from there they can then go and look at your channel, whatever.
And then
so that's where I'd be looking for
from your channel homepage as well.
Yeah, so I'd be looking for interactive features under subscription source.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
There's usually ways to glean the information that we need, even if YouTube doesn't give us exactly the thing. They can give us the tools to kind of hunt it down, you know. So, and it may not give you the exact, like, this many people subscribe because of this collaboration, but you can get a rough idea.
I should have read this before. It said footage to each other creator. They're basically probably grabbing our tag from the description as possible too. Sometimes they'll click through, find your channel, maybe watch a piece of content. So then the subscription will be rolled in with people who subscribe from the watch page or the channel page, places like that. Let's see. Let's hit see if there's any questions or comments here that we need to. Wanderer says you can see public subscriptions or actual people channels, then you would have to call your collab person, maybe compare. Yeah, I guess a bit fiddly, but that's one way you could probably go about it.
Doable, but I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like,
plus some people
if I'm being really honest, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, some people keep their subscriptions hidden so you can't see names.
I do.
Yeah, that's right. So do I. I know who I subscribe to. I know people who subscribe to me and have theirs public facing, but I don't have mine public facing because I'm not here to advertise channels that I'm following. Because on my channel here, I am following people sort of mostly in this space, and a lot of other people picked. That's my main channel, so I tend to pick up a lot more channels that I put in my subscription feed so that I can look out for more content. Whether I watch it or not, it's a different story. I watch a lot of my tech stuff on this channel, so none of it's always directly related. And if you have one channel and you're watching all your content on there, and say you're making content about horse riding, for example, but you're also watching your sport and your tech and your entertainment and your music and stuff on there, people don't need to know about what music videos what channels you're watching.
Stuff.
Yeah, they might be interested if you're following other channels that are similar to yours.
Because the content I view is personal.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll talk about some of it. Like, yes, I will unashamedly watch lawn care videos for whatever reasons. But I don't need my followers to go and follow those channels just because I'm watching them.
Yeah, exactly. End screen element type and click into subscribe. Yeah, there's probably other places that could get you to where you want to get to. There's a lot of analytics, as we were talking about before with the whole shorts thing and views and impressions. There's so much stuff you can find out if you dive in and yeah, exactly. End screen element type. Let me go down here. Yeah, see, let me show you. Yeah, this is smart, Alice. You're doing great work there. So I went.
Let's see.
And I went to more. Up here. Let me show you how I got there. I got end screen element type. It was in this more list. It was like down, it was just above end screen element. Now I've selected it, it's up the top. And so this shows me that places that are getting clicked. And I think this is probably going to just be my videos, but we'll have a look. Video. I'm just, okay, if I hover, it'll show me the video details. These are all mine. Let's see.
It'd be
Now,
good for the creator classroom to double check her list just in case it's not one. Like, I mean, we assume they're going to always be ours, but they may not be.
Yeah, I'm looking to see whether I may have picked one up from our collab video, because I know I'm on that end screen, and that happened recently. So, but I'm not seeing it in here. But maybe there wasn't any end screen clicks on my subscription.
Oh.
Actually, no. I should have looked under subscribe. I looked under video. I should have looked under subscribe. Let me look under subscribe. Okay, this is where I should be. I shouldn't be under video. I should be under subscribe. Because it's the element type that was clicked, and it's a subscribe element. This is showing me where they were shown, but I'm not getting a lot of clicks right now.
Yeah.
But let me see. Because that video was recent, so maybe I just want to see if one of my videos that aren't mine are on here.
Yeah, if they show up on the list.
People are seeing these, but they're not clicking necessarily, but they're not high volume anyway. I'm going to start from the top because obviously that's a recent video, so it probably has more traffic. Actually, I should just look for the name. I know what it's called. It says my recent video is down there. That came out nearly 2 weeks ago. That's down there. Yeah, I'm only seeing my content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm only seeing my content. Oh, I got Santa.
And the Wanderer Australia is asking if what you watch affects your reach. The answer is no.
Your reach on your own content? No, absolutely not.
No, they're not connected in any way.
It's so you can watch like content that's not in your niche on from that channel. All the YouTube algorithm is concerned about in that regard is what do you like to watch and what can we recommend to you as a viewer?
Yeah.
Because you could be a non-creator or not put out much content at all. You could just be just watching stuff, purely watching stuff. But if you do decide to start posting content, then what you're watching isn't going to affect anything. The Creator Classroom just sent me some images and showed me her subscription source one. See what that's like here. There's not a lot on that one. Have a look at this one. That one, that's also subscription source. That's for different time periods. Yeah, I think looking at the end screen clicks is probably a better way to do it. But if it's on a different channel, it's not really showing up so much as far as I can tell, because I'm not seeing our recent collab in this list. I wonder if there's a way to do that. I'm going to go to the main.
Live, great to see you.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's just based on your content. So possibly what you could do is talk to the channel you collab with and get them to check their data to see if anybody's clicked on the subscribe icon, because that'll be listed in their end screen elements, and they'll be able to look at the subscribe, and it'll be like somebody else's subscribe. I think that's what it is. I wonder if there's a separate one for another channel subscribe. Let me have a look. I can see subscribe, video playlist, best for viewer, most recent upload, link. Oh, it'll be under channel. So if the other channel's looking at, it's right here at the bottom, channel. Let me click on that. So here we go. See, this is where it is. See, I linked, because this is my channel, of course, this is my video. I linked to your channel, Creator Classroom, when I did this channel banners for TV video a while ago. And so it was shown obviously in this period of time. Nobody. It was an active video before this last 28 days. So it's an older video, but it was shown to 2 people, and it was your link that's showing there because that's the link that's on that channel. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, channel Creative Classroom. It says it there. That's how I know. So if the other
Classroom
channel
is saying that her channel wasn't linked in the end screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking at then how people are maybe coming to your channel from that video.
Traffic sources, yeah.
Because if there wasn't an option on the end screen to go to it, or maybe there's a different option, like it's directed into one of your videos.
Tagged in the description.
So in that case, they'd have to go to your channel before they can subscribe. So all any subscribers that come in are clicking either the channel page or the watch page of one of your videos. So they're coming in through general means, so they're all mixed in. So I'm wondering whether, I don't think because that's not a specific element that they.
It'd just be like when you get like the suggested traffic. So just when you can see who's like what they watched before they came to your channel.
Yeah.
That's, but I don't think there's any way to actually search for it. You can just look through the list.
Which page is that on again? The videos that suggested your video.
Yeah.
Is it on audience?
I thought it was audience.
Yeah, that's where I am. Hang on. I'm probably scrolling past it. That's channels what your audience watches. It'd probably be in this one. I don't have eligible data, but what your audience watches, that's videos that they've been recommended from, which could be they're clicking on the link, or you're showing up in suggested next to the video. So this tab here, what your audience watches.
Yeah.
I think that might be the one.
I'd have to dig through. It's very small on my screen, and I can't read the writing. I'm just gonna be really honest.
So definitely in the audience tab. Definitely in the audience tab.
I believe it's in the audience tab. And just sort of go through there.
So that's interesting. We're learning some stuff about analytics. You can go really deep.
It just shows our point that there's just so much data available to us in YouTube.
Absolutely. Boss Alive's in the house. Welcome. Let's see. Is there any question then? Tendon and screen. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It is always good. It's always good. We're filling in for Nick today, and
we are.
And
I was just having a little double check. Nick has not posted on his posts or whatever they're called, community.
Yeah.
He hasn't posted that he's not streaming today, so
people could be looking and then there's nothing, but at the same time they're not getting redirected anywhere else.
No, that's right.
I'm looking.
That's right.
It's just gone past 10 a.m. in East Coast, so where Nick is still quite early. If he's West Coast, so as Andrew said, he got woken up early.
Yeah, his cat, because cats will do that.
Yeah, and when he goes live in just under 2 hours, that's like 9 a.m. Pacific. So it's 7 a.m. Pacific now, so it's nice and early.
Yeah.
Over on a Saturday, people don't get up so early on a Saturday most of the time, unless they're doing sport or something.
Yeah.
My guess is that they're clicking the tags in the description or typing in channel and fine. Yeah. And so then all the subscriptions are rolled into all the other data that anybody else who's coming to your channel and clicking subscribers getting collated all together. Yeah. West Coast, nice and early. That's cool. So if you've got any questions, drop it in the chat, just like we mentioned. Put a Q in front so it's a little bit clearer. Otherwise, I got to sort of like speed read the comments to see if there's something I need to be throwing up or not.
I'm just gonna have some more water.
I got the
aircon pumping today.
I got more incoming here. Okay. Then I look at traffic source, see what this is what I see.
Livestream consultant says that he gets up at 4:30 a.m. every day, especially for Saturdays.
Especially. That's right, because that's over that side of over that. I was going to say that side of town, but that side of the US, it's a lot earlier. It's a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Your Creative
Classroom worked out what she did. She accidentally clicked the mute on the tab, which is why she could not hear through her computer.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wanderer Oz has a question for us in the chat.
Okay, I'm about to click on that. I was just looking at this image that Creative Classroom sent me with traffic sources. The highest is YouTube search. I don't know the period. It just says March 27 above it, so it's probably from the main page. It's from the main dashboard, is it? Or the overview? I'm trying to look to where those stats are. I think it's on the main dashboard, actually. Or I'm just making this up. I'm just making this up.
Doug's just inventing
I'm just inventing
things.
where stuff is. Actually, if that's traffic sources, then it's probably going to be under content. Viewers across formats. I'm trying to see what that looks like. Yeah, here's another one.
Creative Classroom says I looked at the traffic sources under the main, under advanced analytics, and then the tab next to content.
It's that one. Gotcha. It says traffic sources. So the ones that would come from another channel would be. Okay, it's not search, not external. External means outside of YouTube.
Yeah.
Suggested, possibly if your video is suggested next to the video, browse features certainly could show up there. But for in this case, I think channel pages might include other people's channel pages. It's either going to be that one or other YouTube features. And that's probably where. Now, if it's a link in the description, then until they figure it out, it could possibly even be shown up under direct or unknown because they still have to work out like the URL. Oh, okay, so is it external, internal? But I think it's probably going to be under channel pages or other YouTube features. I think channel pages could include other people's channel pages. If I go into advanced mode again and have a look. Traffic sources. Okay, channel pages. If you hover over the question mark, it says, let me put this up. It says traffic from your channel page, other channel pages. Okay, so yeah, if it's coming from their channel or topic channel pages, so if it's coming from somebody else's channel, it's probably channel pages. For traffic source, traffic. Other features is actually anything that doesn't have a category, like partner promotions. Views from partner promotions or other on the dashboard. That's interesting. Yeah, end screens, notifications. Yeah, so it's going to be channel pages. Channel pages could be your channel or somebody else's channel. So it's all going to be rolled in from that. That would be what I would say. Best I can read that and understand that based on the question marks on that. Okay, we had a question. I need to go back and click on.
The Wanderer AUS.
There it is. I threw up a short today. Do you reckon the hashtags in the description is still worth it? I'm interested in Jerry's opinion on this because Jerry's
done
the
all
person
the extra shorts training.
Like the hashtags benefit shorts. Like I don't think they benefit regular videos much, unless it's like grouping your own content. If you're using like a common hashtag, like hashtag live or hashtag live streaming or hashtag YouTube advice.
Like the old Instagram hashtags where you can actually follow a hashtag and just go and get all that content. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Do you reckon the hashtags in the description is still worth it? Yeah.
I reckon a good description is more valid than a hashtag. But I mean, that's a personal opinion. From a YouTube perspective, I don't know the answer to it. But for me personally, I think a well-written, meaningful description is more important. Yeah.
I see them recommending hashtags for shorts a little more because they sort of prompt it when you're in the, say you're creating a short in the Shorts app and you're filling in like the description part, it's popping up suggested hashtags. which that doesn't do on regular videos.
No.
So if they use it for something, they're not really explaining what the real benefit
the
of using
advantage
those
of it
are,
is.
and maybe
Yeah.
best practices for that. It's just like, here's hashtags, just use them. It's like, why? So I'll be interested in if Jerry has anything to
Jerry's
say
popped
about
in.
that.
Jerry's
Alright.
got some comments there.
Okay, Monique says that she doesn't hashtag a bunch. I'll add them for Insta and TikTok, but not so much YouTube. Feel like looking at overall subscriber number. Okay, let's talk about looking at subscriber numbers and different things.
Yeah, I think it's the last one.
Yeah, I need to jump ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Is it the title where they're prompting you for a hashtag on the app? That's a good point. It's somewhere in there. So either the title or the description, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. What a best practice for that is for shorts in particular, I have no idea.
I don't know.
So
I'm not
that's
a big
the interesting
shorts
thing.
content creator. I'll be
Yeah,
I don't go that way a lot.
It's like, it's good that there's a best practice or something to do that's interesting, but it'd be good to understand it so you can like best use it, not just be dropping random hashtags or whatever. And maybe the hashtag you pick is going to be more beneficial than just dropping any hashtag.
Yeah.
Maybe you're thinking about putting the wrong type of hashtags in. I don't know. See, I don't know. Then it's not clear. Okay, where are we up to? I'll jump back and see if I've missed anything in that gap there. Red Classroom says, if I click Chantelle Hills from Doug's description, it would count at that view is basically what I'm trying to figure out. It would. Okay, if you're watching live and you click that, I think it just does it do a pop-up box or does it take you to Chantelle's channel? Because I tagged her in this. I think I did tag her in this.
It takes you to the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I don't know how you track that. I think that could be maybe more trackable on the channel that it's originally on. Maybe there's some tracking options to see if, because it's technically a link off, and it's specifically probably under something called mentions, because that's what YouTube calls them, mentions.
Yeah.
When you do @ and start typing the name, it pulls the list drops down and you pick it. That's called a mention. How they track that, I'm not sure. I think that might be more trackable on the channel that it's on rather than the channel that it's going to.
It's going to, yeah.
But yeah, maybe there's something that we need to dive deeper on and get a little bit nerdy on. but we got to let Creator Classroom go. Got to film the videos. Got to keep contenting.
Got to do the stuff.
Oh, controversial statement here from Larry, maybe for some. Hashtags to say 2014.
2014. That's some time ago.
That's funny.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So yeah, when it comes to hashtags, I'll just experiment. Then if you got a couple up your sleeve that see if they do something, how you go about that? How picking a particular hashtag? I don't know. SMS Guy says only hashtags I use in my descriptions are custom ones to my channel. Yeah, that's what I do. I have I think I use Niminati and I use either Doug Hewson YT or DHYT with a hashtag in front of it, so that if someone clicks on that, they're going to get mostly all my own content. No one else is going to use my. Most people aren't using my content. Maybe somebody has dropped that hashtag somewhere.
I should totally start hashtagging Doug Hewson YT on my videos.
There you go. Now, a warning to somebody who says, oh, well, maybe we can game the system, get in a list with some high-profile YouTuber like Mr. Beast or something. If you start putting hashtags in content that aren't relevant, like nothing in that video is to do with Mr. Beast, then that's called misleading metadata. So there's a warning there that they could, if they discover it, they could give you a strike for misleading misleading metadata.
Strike. Yeah.
So they've got to be relevant hashtags.
Is it community guidelines?
It's a community guidelines.
Yeah, it's a community guideline strike.
Yeah. Best practice is very niche or topic specific for shorts. Yeah, I think so.
And
For sure.
I just don't know enough about shorts to have a definitive answer on it.
Yeah. Alice says, I still use hashtags too, but since YouTube can hear what's going on in your video, I find it'll find a way to show it to the right people. I figure, yeah, they do. Yeah, they're working off what you say. They're turning into captions and transcriptions. They use that to figure out what you're talking about, because they can just run it through AI. I said, well, what's this video about? And this day and age, you know, the systems that are doing that are very intelligent, and they can say, well, that's about, you know, because you might say, I'm rapping, but are you rapping a present, or are you doing hip hop? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, the entire video gives context. So if they watch the whole thing, if you're just putting like words or singling out portions of the video, whereas YouTube are going to be scanning the entire video, eventually learn about that. And then they obviously, the more important thing for YouTube to learn is viewer behavior, like who's interacting with this. Can we see a pattern here of viewers that are being interacted with? And thanks for that. I need that. You know, can the system learn from who's already watching it and figure out who they could show it to potentially be interested in watching that particular video? So you know, everything's benefit. That gives them a starting point, but then they're invariably going to learn from how the viewers interact with the video.
Yeah, and that's why I say like a well-written description is helpful as well. And so because you've got the title, you've got your thumbnail, and there's words. Sometimes there's words on your thumbnail. There's also the transcript from your actual video that's coming in as well. And having all of those things, but then if you also have additional matching, but a very like worded differently description, they can all work together to help broaden where you're going to be shown. And
I forgot to highlight this one before. iPhone Chris was helping us clarify the time zones there.
Awesome.
California. I watched Doug at 4:30 a.m. and Nick at 6. Yeah. Wow. On Saturdays, I know what time. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice and early. So if Nick's in California, because I know he'll be in San Diego in a couple of days. I don't know if he's in San Diego now, if he's about to travel to San Diego from somewhere else in the US. He'll be it'll be early. So it'll be early. So that's why he hasn't interacted with his channel or tell people that he's not streaming today.
The Wanderer AUS has got questions about the chat commands.
All right. Okay, chat command, like, there's two different things you can have happen. You can do a chat command that like maybe drops a link in the chat or make an automated message in the chat. So there's that, and then there's the ones for the GIFs or the GIFs that show up on the screen, which is called chat command.
To clarify, you've got Social Stream Ninja because that's the software that does all of this.
Yeah,
it's not directly through YouTube. You do have to install Social Stream Ninja.
Yeah,
to make sure.
Yeah, it's not part of Ecamm, like because I'm using Ecamm to stream this, but I'm using Social Stream Ninja for the GIFs and for the comments and all that. But yeah, I could, if I can find.
One thing I did learn about chat commands this week is they are case sensitive. So if you set them up in all lowercase,
yes,
and somebody use a capital letter at the start, that will not work. Oh yeah, they are running Social Stream Ninja and Ecamm.
Beautiful.
So there you go. So
dropping the double dog there. Okay, I'm just gonna go into the screen share, see if I can
you just have to wait for that double dog dare to get out of the way first. There we go.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong screen.
I need that one. There we go.
Oh, you're loving Ecamm? That's so good. I'm glad to hear it. I love Ecamm.
All right. Oh, what I'll do is also take those off. Now, over on the right-hand side, let me get over there. Over on the right-hand side here on Social Stream Ninja, I've got the app version. Like if you're in the, I'm not sure how you do it if you're using the Chrome extension version, it might look a little different to this. But basically,
I use the app version as well.
Yeah, in the list, all the stream setup and the featured overlay, which is what we're using, is sort of in this second section. But there's a whole bunch of things you can do that I don't use, like emotes. You use the emotes wall, don't you?
I do, yeah. Yeah, we love it over at the Fiverr channel.
You can set up like chatbots with LLMs and stuff. Haven't dabbled with any of that. They got a hype meter and view count, which I don't use. Tip jar, which I don't use because I use Buy Me a Coffee. There's a waitlist winner draw thing that you can set up, a giveaway tool.
That's a lot of fun too. Yeah.
There's a graphical poll that'll show up. You can pull it up over your screen and people can vote in the chat. I think a mini game called Battle Royal. There's a credit roll. There's a banner ticker that you can set up. Obviously, it's using browser source on like OBS or Ecamm or different places like that. There's a word cloud thing as well. But then custom GIF commands here, you got to enable it and customize it here. This is the link to copy and paste and put it in your stream. But to set it up, you've got to like open this up.
And that's something to keep in mind as well. For each of these features, you need to grab that link and add it as a separate browser overlay into your Ecamm window.
That's right. But
when you change scenes, you'll need to make sure that they're available in the various scenes that you want them as well.
That's right. So the first thing you have to do is enable the custom GIF commands here with this toggle here. And then you can set a default playout time. I had this on because I wanted it to go a little bit longer. But you can leave that off and let it default to whatever Social Stream Ninja, however long they shows it for, which is quite short.
Yeah.
But for each one, you come over, there's two fields to fill in. One's a chat command. So that's what command I'm using. So for this one, I'm using exclamation mark Scott, because usually exclamation mark and then some sort of word, no spaces or anything. And as Chantelle said, it's case sensitive. And then you can post in your media. Now, most of my stuff's on Giphy or Jiffy, but you can post anything to any.
I couldn't get it to work on anything from Tenor.
Yeah, some of them won't work very well. They're improving. Like Giphy was when they first introduced it, it was a little bit iffy. You had to get the right type of link.
It was iffy. Giphy, was it?
It was Giphy. It was iffy. But it says you can also link to an image or video, but those all have to be somewhere out publicly available in the cloud to pick up. So I've had best results just with doing these from Giphy in particular. And so I just get the Giphy link and then paste it into the media URL, and then it's done. And then I publish somewhere, like I've got a link in the description that goes to my list of chat commands. And so I've got a whole bunch in here that are like Back to the Future themed, but then I've got the hydrate one and different things. So we could do some, and then once they're in there, as I said, back up the top, I went past it. So if I just minimize that again, rest is custom commands, you just grab the final link, because every time you make a change with these toggles, it'll change some of the information here.
Yeah, you'll need to re-grab the link.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so in this case, it'll automatically give you the correct session number, because that relates to that's your session.
Yeah.
So I'll copy that and then I'll come over and paste it as a browser source and then position it and get it set up on Ecamm or on OBS or whatever you're using. So that's basically how you get it started. So there's a specific section in that. Now the messages that pop up in the chat, I must have missed those.
Just they're like further down.
Yeah. They're further down.
Yeah, they're further down. They're
under commands.
Down. Yeah.
Yes, this one commands.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I think that's
right
it.
At the bottom.
There's a lot of toggles in there, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't mess with them.
Have any of that set up. Like at one point, I had the joke turned on, so if people put exclamation mark joke, it was telling
those jokes
like terrible,
were dreadful. They were
terrible.
Awful jokes.
They were pretty corny.
Livestream consultants asking if the Social Stream Ninja works on all streaming softwares such as EVMux, StreamYard, and OBS. The answer is no. It doesn't work on everything. It works on softwares that allow you to bring in a browser source. So EVMux, you need to have their top level plan or their second top level plan. You just need to make sure that whichever plan you're getting allows browser sources. As far as I'm aware, StreamYard still doesn't allow browser sources. OBS does, Ecamm does. You just need to. You have to be able to have a browser source.
I think EVMux lets you do it.
They do, but not on their basic plan. You've got to upgrade.
Oh, well, that's good to know. You have to be on a certain plan, and obviously,
and it's their top non-enterprise plan.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think you could do it on Lightstream Go, Lightstream. What do they call Lightstream? Something like that, because they help console gamers stream.
Yeah.
And so they have a lot of. You can still do all the general stuff. You can bring guests in and do everything on Lightstream Go. I think it's called Lightstream Go. It's Lightstream Studio, maybe it's called now. I believe they have browser source, but don't quote me on that. I need to go and dabble a little bit more.
You just need to go in and double check that they allow a browser source.
Yeah, Streamlabs Talk Studio. I'm not sure. I reckon they might.
I think it does. I think they do. Yeah.
Because they're pretty generous.
And it's a feature, so they will have it listed out. It will always be on that features that you get based on your payment plan. Because it is a bonus feature, it'll always be listed there. So if it doesn't say it, it probably doesn't do it.
Yeah. I don't even know. I've never heard of Botrix.
No.
I'm assuming that's some sort of chatbot type service, which is good too. So this sort of does some of that chatbot stuff over here. This does have chatbot abilities on Social Stream Ninja. I even got like respond with a random roll of dice. So if you go like, I can't remember what the code for that is, but anyway, there's a code for that. I'm trying to.
Sorry.
For rolling a random dice. I think it's exclamation dice. I think I actually have that one turned on. See, I've got it toggled. It'll just give you like a random dice roll.
I'll try.
But if you scroll all the way down to in this whole section
bot rolled
here.
Me a 6, Doug.
There you go.
The bot rolled me a 6. I was expecting a dice on screen.
No, it's just in the chat. It's just a basic one.
All right.
Autoresponder. This is what we call where the chat where we can do like BMAC, and then there's a message. You can select the timeout, like how long.
Yeah.
How long before it gets able to be used the second time. Time after that. So it's not like people spamming it.
And I very much like that. Like, so on my channel, I have it so people can actually go, exclamation list, and then it gives them the link to the list to go and grab all of the all of the chat commands, so that if someone asks for the list, the mods can just give it to them easily without having to go off hunting for a link to share.
Yeah, but, exactly.
It's super useful for a lot of that sort of stuff, and really makes it if your mods aren't around, it's really easy and fast for you to drop things into your own chat as well. So, but
exactly.
It is case sensitive. I thought it wasn't working, and it was because I kept capitalizing when it didn't need to be capitalized.
So it looks like here I've got 8 set up at the moment. They've instead of having them in a scroll list like the GIFs, they've actually put them in tabs.
And they used to. That's recently changed.
Yeah, this is new. It's the first time I'm seeing it. So I have one for like my buy me a coffee link, my Discord instructions. This is supposed to link to my latest video, but the problem is I have to update that for it to be my latest video.
Isn't there there's a frame code that you can use that shows your latest video all the time, whatever the latest video. I'll find it for you. I'll send it to you. I use it on my website.
But they'll work on the website, but they wouldn't work in a chat message if it's a frame code.
Yeah, but
it'd have to be a URL.
The rest of the code, the rest of the URL could work.
Possibly. You are right. Yes.
Yeah.
I've got a link to some of my affiliate stuff like Creative Fuel, Tube Spanner. I got Envato in there for whatever reason, and
a new
my
one.
Road.
Let's throw that up. Boom, mix.
Boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
I made that. Well, not the logo, but I made the animation. I made it. So yeah, it's down there. It's called Autoresponder, and it's part of the whole command section. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Like you can turn on auto reply to hi messages. So if someone comes in and chat says hi, if I turn that on, if someone says hi in the chat, you'll
just give it a toggle. Let's see what it does.
It's toggled. Somebody say hi. So then instantly I say hi. My message. It's like me saying it hi back, but I'm not
and
typing
tags
that.
them.
Yeah, it tags them.
Yep.
And unfortunately, you can't customize the hi message, but it's there. There's options like if you had multiple chats going on, you could announce donations over all chats, so it'll like cross-reference like super chats to maybe if you're streaming to Twitch or whatever, and then bits to YouTube chat. But it'll just put it all in the chat. The chat will get real busy. So there's a whole bunch of things you can do there. There's a whole lot of settings you can go through and check. But yeah, a whole bunch of stuff.
Interesting. Both Alice and SMA Sky put hi as part of a longer message. Didn't pick it up, but if it's just hi by itself, picks it up.
Yeah. That's right. And I've trying to get back to everything that I've got open here. All right, back to the chat. See if we missed any questions. So yeah, so the Streamlabs we think is yes. I think we mentioned that. I'm only highlighting chat and emoji wall right now, and also start playing with the voice meter banana and voice mod, but I don't like that voice mod has to upload my custom sound effects. Yeah, voice mod's a funny thing. I think you can get voice mod on Mac. It's on Mac and PC, so I have installed that at one point and played around with it.
I haven't really played with it. Did you see like down where after SMA Sky, it's janked up SMA Sky's user handle.
Yeah, I noticed that. I haven't got down to that part yet.
Yeah.
Let me drop that in there. Okay, here's all the highs. Let me go. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
It's because of the.
So I'm not sure why it did that, but I don't know. It looks like it's using everyone else's handles. So
yeah, it's treating that character in an odd way.
Oh, it's the apostrophe.
Yes.
It is. That's weird. Why can't it? Odd.
You can add my channel on the list. There's a channel list. I don't know what list that is, but if there's a list, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what list that is.
Good morning.
Yeah.
I think I caught up with the chat. So if you've got any questions or comments, then drop them in the chat. Where are we?
I'm in my chair, in my very comfy chair.
I think because we've been on for 2 hours and 8 minutes. Look at that.
We have
2 hours and 8 minutes. Just for those who might have been coming in late. Nick Dimmon's traveling, so he's in the US at the moment. So he's on a different time zone. He doesn't get up this early, especially if he's on the West Coast. So he's not streaming this time slot. He may do a pop-up stream over the weekend sometime, maybe later today or whatever. So keep an eye out for that. So we're here filling in for the time slot. Just to go back over what's coming up today, let's reiterate that information. So coming up at 12 p.m. Eastern, so that's in like another 1 hour and 20 minutes, I want to say, if I'm doing math quickly. There are two streams concurrently starting. Daryl Eves is talking to Nick Pro, not to be confused with Nick Nimmin. 10 billion views, cracking the YouTube algorithm.
And Nick Pro's just hit 26 million subscribers on his channel as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you would know something about the YouTube algorithm at this point.
Yeah.
And Andrew Ken's going to be going live on the Opus Clip channel. And he's talking about what you're not doing with Opus Clip and YouTube Shorts. So, obviously, they've got some little features in Opus Clip that maybe a lot of Shorts creators aren't utilizing. So, maybe you can discover a new workflow for creating clips from longer form content by using Opus Clip. I'm sure Andrew's going to be sharing some pretty cool stuff over there. So they're the two streams that we know for sure that are coming up, both starting at the same time. So you get to play Choose Your Own Adventure on that one.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in the chat.
Which one are you redirecting to? That's
a good question. Well, Well, when I went to redirect, the only option I had was to redirect the Opus clip one.
Oh, there you go.
I think.
Because Daryl's didn't. Oh, does Daryl allow redirects? He may not allow redirects on his channel.
I'm going to double check because sometimes stuff doesn't show up and you have to toggle it.
Because Daryl allows, like, you can nick redirects to Daryl.
Yeah. That's why sometimes you got to like go in and refresh.
With redirects, yeah. And with redirects, like when you allow, like once your channel's hit 1,000 subscribers and you're allowed to actually redirect, like not bitter, like so bitter. I'm so bitter. But once you can redirect, the people whose channel you're redirecting to, they actually they make some decisions as well. So they can either allow anybody to redirect to them, or they can actually have a list of approved channels that can redirect to them as well. So, yeah.
Okay. When I do the search in the redirect field, I search for Daryl Leaves, and you hover, the videos grayed out. It's one of the videos, all the videos that I'm seeing in this list are grayed out. It says that you need redirect privileges. So he's got them to only certain people can redirect to him.
Blocked.
Yeah. So he's set Nick up because that makes sense because he usually follows Nick. So that makes sense. He's probably the only one he's got set up. So doesn't have me set up. Doesn't have me set up right now. So yeah. So I've redirected to Andrew's stream. So at the end of this, even if we finish now and it's another hour or so before the stream, what that does is it just kicks you out into that pre-show stream, and then you can either hang or you can leave and come back. But it'll be sending you to Andrew's stream on the Opus Clip channel.
Yep. Awesome.
So they have their redirects open to all, obviously, because they wouldn't have put me down in particular, I'm sure. All right, let's jump back into the chat.
They might have this a bit more open, but you never know. Like Andrew's over there doing stuff. He sings your praises. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Peter Dell has a question in the chat.
Yeah, I think
deflect.
To what extent do channel keywords help? Then this is good. I think channel keywords are worthwhile because when you're first starting in particular, it's giving YouTube an idea of what your channel's about, even before you publish content. So that can give you like a little leg up, particularly in the start of the channel. I can probably screen share where that is if people don't know. I still have my analytics tab open, so that's good.
Also, hi, Peter Dell. He did say hello to us as well. So
hello.
I just jumped straight into his question.
Now, right now, I need to change the screen share back
you need to change your screen share.
The secondary display. There we go.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, just got to toggle that in. So yeah, if you go into your YouTube studio and go into settings and then go to channel, I think it's under. Oh, here it is right here, channel keywords. So I've got my name in different formats. My name, Doug Hewson YT with no spaces, with spaces. I've got the initial combination, DHYT. And then I've got like YouTube how-to, YouTube tips, software tutorials, creator help, YouTube tools, YouTube advice, YouTube news, YouTube features. So
one thing I will say, it's important to make sure that what you put here is actually what your channel is about.
Yeah. And if you change it, then go back and update this. Like if you pivot your channel, go and pivot your keywords.
Yeah.
So don't like set it and then forget about it for the rest of eternity. You want to come back in here and say, I've pivoted my channel from YouTube help to dog grooming. So I need to put keywords that's sort of associated with dog grooming now. So I'm going to be dropping everything except my name maybe, and then putting in terms that refer to dog grooming. So figure out what the popular terms are, what would make sense to people who watch that type of content. You don't have to go overboard. Like I'm using 183 characters of 500, so it's a bit like tags on a video. You only got 500 characters to play with. Don't go over the top. Just do ones that make sense. Just very general, broad keywords. So they're there to let YouTube know what your channel's about, as a channel. But remember that when they're suggesting content, it's based on what the video is about. So it's going to help you maybe put you in front of people based on maybe putting some of your posts in front of people who may be looking for this type of content. So it'll help populate your posts in people's feeds correctly. Stuff that's non-video that don't have their own tags already, that aren't being shown based on how other viewers are interacting with it. This is going to be based on maybe a little bit more on the channel keywords. So yeah, channel keywords are beneficial. Make sure they're right, but don't
relevant.
Don't get hung up on whether you got the right ones or not. Just do ones that make sense, and don't try and fill it to the top.
They don't need to be changed all the time. That's just somewhere. And this is the thing. It's so easy to get caught up on keywords. At the end of the day, you could make a video that has absolutely nothing to do with your channel keywords, and if that resonates with somebody, the fact that your channel keywords don't match it aren't going to stop that video from getting views. But what they do is that, if, especially at the start, is that when YouTube doesn't really understand what your channel's about, they can go, well, other people who liked these broader topics may like your video because of this. So you don't have to do it, but there's a box to fill out. Why not fill it out?
Absolutely. Beanie says, I love Daryl, but his lives are very easy to watch as replays. Well, true, it's true. It's very playable. It's full of information. Yeah. Andrew is always talking to and replies to the chat. Yeah, he's very active with the chat. Daryl's let's get the content out, and then we'll answer a few questions from the chat at the end. Yeah. So he's not real-time responding as much like, say, maybe Nick and Dee do, or like we are. So yeah, so different strokes for different folks.
About Daryl's lives, and this isn't happening every single week, but it is happening. If you are wanting to go to Vid Summit and you would like to try and get your hands on a ticket, Daryl has been giving away a ticket or two, and it's towards the ends of the live streams. Not every single week, but if there's something that you really want to do, and the price of that ticket is stopping you, these giveaways are only happening in the live, so you can't get access to that in the replay. So that's a thing to consider. But in saying that, I don't know if he's going to do a giveaway this week. No idea. But he has been, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Jerry says that's because Daryl trusts Nick. Absolutely. Yeah. Another question from Peter. Is it important in the video section where it says video location? No, video location, I think that's only beneficial maybe if you're doing, say, travel content is a bit of a slam dunk to use
business.
Yeah, like a restaurant or a local small business where the location matters. If you're trying to get clients, or maybe you're say an accounting firm and you want to get
real estate office.
Real estate stuff. Yeah, real estate's a good example because usually they're in a specific town or state or county or province, or whatever the box is that you have to tick for that where you are. So the location, like on mine, I'm just going to have a look because I've still got my analytics open. I just need to go out to content for a second. So if I go into, say, one of my recent videos and scroll down, there's a location setting. I just want to get an idea of what it looks like.
I'm sort of sitting here thinking, do I even fill it out? I don't know if I do.
No, this is one thing. It's right above where the license and distribution are. So let me jump back to the screen share here. Okay. So it's like I'll scroll right down past, there's the tags there. So it's past the tags. Recording date and location. It says, add when and where your video is recorded. Viewers can search for videos by location. So that's relevant for channels that are doing travel, or if you're doing something that's on location where you're showcasing a location. So you might not be a travel channel, but you might be maybe doing landscapes or something and talking about, I'm doing this at this particular place, or I'm going to this museum, or I'm going to this particular sports ground, or I'm going to this event at this venue. You can type that in here, You can set the recording date if you want to.
Yeah.
Which means like when did you actually film it? Because it's generally a place where you're not always there, so you were there for a special reason. And on a certain day, I don't know why you'd share the particular date. Maybe that's relevant if it's a particular event.
Like if it's like a Christmas fair or something like that, and you want to show that you were there at Christmas, even though your video came out in February or something.
So we know that it's helpful for search because it's telling us there. But if I type in a location, so if I type in Brisbane, and it's going to give me like locations like you would on Google if you're doing like a Google Maps or something, or turn-by-turn direction. So it's going to ask me, so I put Brisbane, it's asked me Brisbane, Queensland, Brisbane Airport, Brisbane City, the convention centre, showground, so it's showing locations.
It wants more detail,
It wants more
possible,
detail that you can click on. I can click on any of these and say, these make sense. Maybe I'm like at an event that's at a hotel in the city.
And Jerry's written down here, all these things you can pick up and add on as secondary to the main mission. Make thumbnails and titles that people want to click and videos that people want to watch. And that's so true. All of this stuff is, if you've got time, do it.
Yeah.
If it's relevant, do it. But if you're making like content that no one's interested in, if you've got thumbnails that aren't clickable, none of this is going to change that. Excuse me. You first and foremost need to be making content that people like and that people want to watch.
Yeah.
And that they understand based off your packaging that this is content they want to watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I can even type in some like a popular hotel. I started typing in Sheridan, but I could like say, oh yeah, I was at an event. It was at the Four Seasons Sheridan Brisbane on Mary Street. So that's where I filmed it because I was like in their ballroom filming this event, and that's what I featured on my video. Like so yeah, I think
Even
most
very
YouTubers probably
specific.
wouldn't use this. So it's only if, because you want to be careful too. Don't just put never put your street location or where you live in here because that becomes searchable. So you're doxing yourself by doing that. So you can say somewhere that you were and that you filmed something, but it's not the place where you live or the place that you work or the place that you hang out every day. This is like some special thing that you film for somebody. So it makes sense to put it in here if you want to. If I did like my videos that I've done, like recorded at Vid Summit, I could put in like the Irving.
Yeah, you're at the Irving Convention Center in Dallas, Texas. And you could even put in the Vid Summit dates.
There it is.
That you were
exactly.
there.
See, I could say, hey, yeah, I filmed this. I was at Vid Summit. I was at Irving Convention Center here. I could click on that and away I go. I even got the Westing across the road if I was like using their conference facilities or something. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that you can do with that. But yeah, don't say, hey, yeah, I filmed this video and put your street address or your suburb or your town
or somewhere that you weren't.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't fake it to try and pick up in search because everybody's searching for New York City. Don't put you're in New York City, but you're actually in London or you're in South Africa. You're in New Zealand or something. Don't put somewhere that you weren't. You're better off to leave it blank because this is going to be used by search. But remember, every search thing you use, whether it's tags or any type of metadata, has to be truthful because otherwise it becomes misleading metadata.
Yeah,
so there's other things. So what you want to look out for,
those
things.
Channel strike right there for misleading metadata.
You don't want that. You don't want that.
No, you don't want to risk this stuff. Like you can't game this. So don't.
Absolutely. But I highlight that. I know you already read it out.
Yeah. But it's worthy of a highlight. Yeah.
iPhone Chris, what is altered content? That's a good question. Because this came out with the altered content disclosure, and I know I made at least one, maybe two videos about it last year when this came out. It's basically like it's not because you used AI for something, not because you used AI to get video ideas. That's not altered content. Altered content is when I'm taking a real person or a place and I'm altering it in some way using AI to maybe be misleading or
like if
outright deceptive.
Doug used a video that said that I don't like pineapple on pizza and that I drink Pepsi all day long. we all know that would be altered content because both those things are heinous. But
Yeah. I'll put words in your mouth.
you did, and it's like a real person who's had their voice, like other words that they've never said publicly, put in their mouth.
Think
and
of
that
those
is altered
crypto
content.
scams with Elon Musk, and they put words in his mouth to say something he didn't say.
Yeah.
That's
so if
one
it's something
example.
it's like, like say I could have Doug riding a unicorn over the moon laughing, that is obviously altered content because Doug doesn't know how to ride unicorns. So,
Yeah, how does it get up there though? If it go over the moon,
it's a unicorn.
I don't know how's that possible.
It's a unicorn.
It's a unicorn.
Unicorns are magical creatures.
Oh, of
and
course.
they can just do whatever they want. If the unicorn wants to go over the moon, it totally can. Just because you don't know how to do it. But yeah, it's you've got to anything where you basically make it so that somebody says or does something that they haven't done in real life that could be misconstrued as reality. That has to be marked as altered content.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you use AI for simple stuff like video ideation or creating a thumbnail, or thumbnails could if you're faking it in a way that's not obvious, where it maybe makes it look real. But if you're talking about like the Mr. Beast thumbnails, that you already know that's like it's just graphic artist fakery. He's not really swimming with that shark that's in the thumbnail.
That's right. Yeah.
But they stylize it so you know that it's not an actual like real image. You know what I mean? It's slightly stylized. But yeah, so if you're making content, if you're using AI, so it's not the use of AI, it's the fact that you're using AI to alter something to make it look real when it's not really real at all. So if I'm getting a bunch of titles options for my next video using AI
That's
for that
fine.
ChatGPT,
Yeah.
you don't need to disclose that.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Beanie says, remember when Daryl had a viewer send him in a road trip because of a sort of self-doxing? Is that the motorbike thing? Is that the motorbike thing at Vid Summit back in I'm going to say 2018? Is that what you're talking about, Beanie? We were both modding that stream at different times. That was the back in. I heard of deranged fans that even wait at PO boxes just to hope the creator will come by and check their mail.
I've actually heard of that happening here in Brisbane.
Wow.
There's a creator I was chatting with, and her PO box is actually on the other side of town, and she does a trip once every few weeks to go and check it, and she goes on an adventure on the way back home.
Yeah.
Because she's had people follow her home.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah. Wow. Jerry's reminding us, of course, that YouTube doesn't pull channels for viewers, it pulls videos. Every video is considered individual. Videos and or piece of content. Because these days it's better to refer to it as content because posts are a form of content. We refer to thumbnails as a type of content, even though they're usually associated with a video. We've got shorts, we've got live streams, we've got podcasts, we've got the long form video. All these videos are treated as pieces of content to be recommended to viewers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked as well.
I do eat pineapple on my pizza. Thank you. Doug doesn't, however. So if we're going to start judging people over this,
I'm more of a Supreme or meat lovers, not a Hawaiian. So
I don't like Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, but that's pineapple
I like
on pizza.
Pineapple added to other pizzas. I like a barbecue chicken with pineapple. I like a meat lovers with pineapple. Yeah, but I'm not a bit. I actually don't like the plain ham and pineapple. I don't like the ham. I take cheese and pineapple. Yeah. Jerry's saying something about me having a Pepsi challenge. I would love to know how Chantelle would do in the What is the Pepsi challenge? I don't even know what it is.
Isn't that where you have like two colas sitting side by side, but they're like in clear glasses, so you can't tell which one's the Pepsi and which one's the Coke or the whatever cola.
I
And
don't
you
drink
gotta
either.
and you go, which one's better? And then
Yeah.
on the ads, it's always the Pepsi that's better. They lift the thing, there's a Pepsi in there. That one's better.
Right,
It's the
I
Pepsi.
understand. Yeah, I probably would fail because I don't actually like Coke either.
I can tell the difference between Pepsi and Coke, 100%.
Yeah. I wonder if I could. Maybe I should try it just to work out if I could do it.
Like if it's out of a bottle or a can, not like the post-mix stuff, because that can all taste the same often.
Yeah, I really like Mexican cola. That's about the only one I like. Yeah.
I don't know.
I get
tried it.
the Yaratos. I love their cola. Their cola's great.
I'll have to try it sometime.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, we've got a question from Peter Dell. Is video category important? Like to say travel or people and blogs? Yeah, it's worth selecting one, but they're so general that you cannot be specific to the type of content you make or the type of content that video's about.
Yeah.
Like for the video that I've got here, I just leave mine all default to how to and style. Now I could very easily go with education or what are the other options here? Let me have a look.
Yeah, there's only like a handful of options, and you just choose whichever one is the closest to yours.
Yeah.
And go from there. That one's not like as Jerry mentioned earlier, the individual piece of content is more important than all of these things.
That's right.
But
so yeah, you've got to pick one for the sake of picking one.
There, yeah.
Yeah, but whether you put it as music or entertainment, because like you could count music as entertainment, but there's a dedicated one for music. So if you're music specifically, maybe you go music. But you know, entertainment's music, so you could use entertainment. Film and animation. I know people who do YouTube stuff that maybe put film and animation, but they could easily go entertainment. For me, I just go how to and style, because I, you know, when I initially started my channel, there's a lot of how to do this in this app or this software
I think my live streaming channel is a how to and style, because it's like a how to live stream. And I think my Fiberific channel, I'm not sure if it's how to and style, or I think there was a hobbies one. I don't know if there's still a hobbies one now.
Yeah, and like some people would even go like people and blogs is very broad, for example. I can't see a hobbies one. Maybe there used to be.
No, I think that was years ago. That's like I'm talking 2016.
Right? Back when YouTube had a bunch.
Yeah. And they really like squashed it down. So I think I'm now all how to and style. Like,
yeah,
it's the nearest thing that covers actually both my channels, even though they are totally not related.
Yeah. So pick the best one that sort of is closest, and sometimes there might be two you could choose from. It doesn't really matter. That's not as you know, as we said. What Jerry was saying is like the content of the video and how people respond to it. That's the most important thing. So yeah, just pick one and carry on. It's a bit like tags. Just fill it in quick. Just keep moving.
Yep. Make the video, says Chantelle, who doesn't make videos.
Make the video. Yeah.
I just look over.
I get sometimes like really need to make a video. I haven't put out a video in like 2 weeks. I need to put out a video.
Oh, I think the last video I put out was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Like I live stream every week on 2 channels, but last video was a long time ago. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Whoops. It's just one of these things. It's one of these things. I've got other priorities, and I understand that my decisions to do different things have an effect on my channels. So, but my priorities are other things. So, Livestream Consultant says, Chantelle, you slacker, you. Gosh.
I thought I'd drop that one in there.
Yeah, good work.
I realized I got some sound effects on the eCam side, and I'm like, okay, I'll pull the volume back because I was only at 26%. That was still pretty loud. I'm like, I don't know what that does, but let's see if.
I don't know. Would mine come through?
If it's piped, if you're piping through. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
we can have, you can. So if you're doing a live stream with somebody like we are, you could like have a secret signal. It's like by playing a sound. It's like, you know, when I do this
Like that was an awful joke. That's what that one means.
Yeah, that's right. If I played the glockenspiel, it means change the subject or something like that.
Okay. All right.
Or just a quick ding of the triangle.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one for rolling the old StreamYard giveaway tool. Anyway, a little short there.
Nice.
Little short.
Yeah. And
That's so funny. Hey, if you got any more questions or something you want to share, make sure you drop it in the chat. Put a Q in front of us, a question. So that'd be really good. Otherwise, I think we're heading into a little region of the show that we like to call.
It's the last call.
Oh, that was timed well. Whoever dropped that.
That was me. I'm a legend.
Last call means this is the last part of the show. If you want to drop a question or make a comment or have any other final words, and this is the time to do it. We're going to shoot the breeze for a couple more minutes, and any final things that pop up in the chat, and then we're going to let you go because and get ready and take a break because we were going to take a break because in 54 minutes from now, that's when Daryl and Andrew will be going live on those two different channels, two different live streams. And so, you know, like to take a quick break, refresh, have a coffee,
Stretch, stand up, move around.
Because we got a mod for Daryl. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't done any modding today. This is a Saturday, and I still haven't modded a single live stream. It's actually already Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Roberto
now.
didn't stream, Nick didn't stream, but now it's technically Sunday. But I'll count this in. We'll be finally modding for Daryl.
I'm counting that I'm modding for you. I haven't needed to do anything. But
that's true. You're there and you're on standby
I'm in
anyway.
the chat. I'm watching. I'm keeping an eye on. You know, but I haven't had to, you know, do anything else. Oh, thanks, you guys. Legends in our lunchboxes. Doug feels left out and needs to mod.
It's been a breeze because like last few Saturdays I've been like getting up and modding for Roberto for 2 to 3 hours at least.
Yeah.
And then sort of having a bit of a break and then having dinner and then prepping for my stream and then modding for Nick and then modding for Daryl and it's a long day.
Last week it was just insanity. So last Saturday night I had my husband's 50th birthday party, came back, jumped in for the tail end of Doug's stream, modded most of Nick's stream, then had to bounce out of Nick's stream, leave Doug by himself all lonely for the last half an hour because I had to jump over and mod another stream that I modded then from like 1:30 in the morning through to 6 in the morning. Then I had to wait an hour, which near killed me, and then mod Daryl's stream. And so I finished at about 9:30 in the morning and finally went to bed.
Oh, that's a marathon. Oh,
that
boy.
one was hard. I was just like, okay, all right, I know my limits now. That was the limit was back there.
Yeah.
Don't do that again. It took me 2 days to get over that one, but yeah.
All right, I've got another question.
Okay.
With playlist titles, should you title it like a normal video, and can you use hashtags in the description? I believe so. Like, I'll give it a playlist title that sort of is descriptive enough of the playlist that will give somebody a pretty good indication what is covered in the playlist, what the theme of the playlist is, and then you can go into the description and do all the usual stuff.
Don't
you should
forget that
definitely.
You've got, a good meaningful description in your playlist.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, so I'm glad I stopped to let you say.
Thank you.
That was what I was going to say.
Because so many people miss that bit. They
people
really
put the title in, but don't put the description in. Give it a little bit of description.
Everything needs to be meaningful because these are searchable not just in YouTube but also in Google. So you can't just don't just, you're wasting an opportunity if you've made your playlist name like something like, March videos.
Yeah,
it needs to be good, meaningful titles that make sense as to what the actual content is, and the description as well. But I don't know about hashtags. I can't.
Like, I would probably treat hashtags the same as videos in the sense of, you know, I wouldn't go overboard with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, playlists are technically discoverable. I
They are
believe. That's so I'm told. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know whether they show up in. I'm gonna have to experiment. Does a playlist show up in on a hashtag page? I could test that right now. You know, I could test that right now.
You can jump in and test that. And I will read some comments here. Livestream consultant says you're modding for yourself, Doug, right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're always modding for yourself when you're streaming, to a certain extent.
Yeah, I actually, like, I'm just gonna quick side quest. When you're live streaming, I think it's really important to actually have the YouTube feed open as well. So many of the softwares have the chat right there for you. So Ecamm does. Social Stream Ninja has a chat right there for you. If you're using StreamYard or any of these other tools, they have the chat right there for you. But having the YouTube window open as well, so you can actually moderate your own chat and you can be actively doing things in YouTube if you need to be. I think that's pretty important, and a lot of people don't do it, and then they don't understand. They're like, oh, well, I couldn't mod that because, you know, I was in this other screen. I'm like, well, why wasn't your YouTube screen open? So yeah, it's one of those things. You can have both. Why not have both? Alrighty.
I'm going to show this. When I type in hashtags in a playlist description, it actually gives me the whole. As soon as I hit that, it gives me the whole like list option where I can pick from my list.
Oh.
Or if I start typing it, it will maybe override or whatever. But it's given me some options based on my content or whatever. But it's given me the ones I use, like Doug Hewson YT, Niminati. But I've put a couple in there, so I need to save those. I need to back off that last one. So what I'm going to do is save that. Now, hashtags are a two-edged sword because what happens is they become clickable. And so people who come across that description, whether it's a playlist, now how would someone see a playlist description? That's the question.
So
let me jump out to YouTube itself, get out of
yeah, I was going to
studio.
say, I think it's right there. I don't think it's a big thing. I think it's like a click, like when you go to a playlist on someone's homepage, you can actually click to view the full playlist and the description's right there on the left-hand side. So if, say you went to, your channel, just your public-facing page, jump down to a playlist.
Now, the one I put the hashtags on is what I want to look at. I think I put up my recent videos list, so I've got to find that. Where are you? There's never any order to these. You just got to go looking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be somewhere.
American English's Brent has congratulated you on hitting 11k subs, Doug.
Oh, yes. We did mention that. This whole entire screen.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Such a good friend. Such a good friend.
I can't find my... Oh, there it is there.
And Peter Dell, please don't feel silly for asking the questions.
No, these are good questions.
You're absolutely not silly to ask the questions.
Okay, I'm on the playlist page where I can watch a playlist off from a channel. And even though they're not blue, I can hover over them and they are clickable. And then, now when I click on that, I should go to... Oh, no, the description is clickable. So they're not clickable on the playlists.
Ah.
But do they list... If I go to the hashtag page for that, is that playlist listed? That's what I need to find out. So the way to do that is to go to one of my videos. Let's go back to my channel. And if I go to my video, and the latest video, make sure we don't. Make sure we don't play it.
Just to continue on there, Peter, you might be the one asking the question, but there may be other people here who are too afraid to ask the exact same question who needs the information. Please, don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no silly questions. Unless the question is, does pineapple belong on pizza? Because, of course, the answer is yes.
Okay, if I unmute, that'd be helpful.
Yep.
If I click on this hashtag, what it does, it takes me to YouTube/hashtag/Doug Hewson YT. So this is showing me all the videos and then I can actually drill it down to shorts now, which is new. So any short with that hashtag, or all videos with the hashtag, include shorts, so you can see shorts there. But I'm not seeing any playlists in here.
No.
There's no. So putting hashtags on playlists probably isn't helpful, even though it lets
Not
you.
gonna do anything.
And it's not clickable, so people can't get to it from the playlist side at least.
It might be one of those things. It's just not worth the effort.
And I'm thinking, and there's no way of sorting these. So unless it's in the, like, if people have to start going looking for things, like they're going to scroll for a bit, see if there's a whole lot of shorts. It's unfortunate that there's a dedicated shorts page, but then they're showing shorts with all the other videos. And so on this front end, I'm getting shorts, a regular video. That's a bit silly. So I wish they would like allow regular videos and then shorts maybe. It says there's
not just all or shorts, but like have all shorts, videos, live streams.
Yeah. And if you notice too, on this hashtag page, because it's a hashtag page, you got hashtag Doug Hewson YT there. There's 6 channels who have used that hashtag. Out 344 videos in this list, 6 channels. I don't think they're all mine. So other people have dropped that. Maybe where I've done a collab, there's probably a hashtag there.
I think I've put Doug Hewson YT on collab videos.
Yeah. So if I scroll down, maybe I'll see a video that's not mine.
And Creative Classroom has probably used it as well.
Yeah. Like I've done. There's one from my other channel. Creative Tech Reviews.
It'd be really nice if you could click that 6 channels and find out who they were, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah, you can't. I tried that.
All the way through. Yeah.
So when I publish to my other channels, I use the same hashtags, so they're all groups.
Yeah.
That's why my Creator Tech Reviews channel's in here, and my Doug Hewson YT mobile. So that's 3 that are mine. But we're looking for somebody that isn't. I guess some old video showing up in here.
Yeah, you do.
I'll know by looking at. I know there's some old videos in there. I'm looking for a video that's not mine, but it seems to be mine are all in the top. How many did we say was in there? 300 plus.
Yeah. We could be
There's
scrolling.
some really old. Look, that's 7 years old. Look at that. I don't even remember having that yellow t-shirt. I'm just looking to see if there's a video from a channel that's not mine. But they're not near the top, that's for sure. And this order is very random. There's no random. There's no meaning to the order of the videos.
The order, yeah.
Because that's a 5 months old video next to a 6-year-old video.
Is it like what about views? Have it got?
That's my very first
view numbers or something.
The face on this. That's the most terrible thumbnail face I've ever seen. That's my very first video. Making video title assets using Final Cut.
Wild.
7 years old. That's crazy. Anyway, that's my newest video, 12 days old. Fancy. Not counting live streams. Actually, I haven't seen live streams showing up in here. That's interesting. I'm sure they have the hashtag. I think. All right. I still haven't seen a channel that's not mine.
Gosh.
How long does it take to scroll through 300 videos?
Some time, apparently.
6 channels. Oh, there's a route. I don't know this dude. How to pin comments on YouTube easily. That's my video. I mean, that's a video I made at one time. I'm sure. I'm wondering whether this guy's stolen my video now, but it's not coming up in the copyright tool. I'm intrigued. I'm gonna open that in a new tab. Open a new tab. Oh look, donuts recipe. Why is my hashtag on a donuts recipe? I can tell you this is my theory. Why this donuts video has my hashtag Doug Hewson YT. They're typed in donuts. The first part of my name is Doug, and then H is my first initial of my last name. So they've done a search, and it's been in a list. And they've just clicked on all the hashtags. They didn't see if it was relevant or not to their content.
Oh,
so that's something you don't want to do.
Definitely
That's funny. At least that other one was content that was related to something I made a video about before. So that's the pinning contents. That's my original video, 61,000 views. That guy's probably like been inspired by my video, and he's probably like tagged me because he was inspired by my video. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, that's the bottom of the list. Okay.
All
I
right.
think that's 3 on mine and 2. I must have missed one. All right. I'm going to not play that video.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be careful.
That's why I went in there to pause it just to be sure. All right, let's jump back in the chat because we're in the last call already and
We
going
are
down
in
rabbit
last call.
holes. Going down rabbit holes.
Yep. It's getting quite late and it's very easy to go on side quests. And
Thank you, Brett.
I'm also queen of the side quests. I love side quests.
Thank you, thank you.
It's awesome. It is. It's a big goal. Like there's like such a small percentage of channels ever hit 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And now you've hit 11.
There we go. It was about a year ago I hit 10 because it was around March, April. I remember having my 10,000K live stream and had a few people popping. I think Nick popped in and Daniel Batal popped in. And Brian G was in the chat. A bunch of people popped in. It was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun stream. And I think that was the stream where I had the dueling super chats from Nick and Danielle at Tube Spanner.
Oh, and
they
Tube
were dropping.
Spanner. Yes,
they were dropping.
That was hilarious.
They were dropping the $50 super chats one after the other, and then
they hit the super chat limits and started gifting memberships.
That was so funny. That was like later in the stream. It was just like a funny moment.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that it doesn't happen every day, it's like, oh why?
And because they were sitting next to each other on a couch at Danielle's house.
Yeah. So was it when Nick was in the UK last year for that
Tube Fest? Is it
Tube Fest? Tube. It was one of those conferences.
Yeah, which is on this weekend.
There you go. Another question: if I ever was to use hashtags on my about page, hashtags on about page will do 0.
There's no advantage.
There's no clickable links in the about page either because I have the separate links section for like links like going out to your Twitter and your merch store or whatever you want to use links for. So yeah, hashtags aren't even clickable, let alone I doubt that would be even searchable on your homepage. So yeah, or about page, don't worry about it. Just
one thing I'll say on your about page is stick an email address in.
In that specific field, so you're not getting spammed as much.
Yeah. So in this, and not the email address that you use to sign into YouTube, have a public-facing email address that is different, but have an email address in there. Because if people want to contact you, if you want sponsorship deals, if you want, for whatever reason, people can contact you. If you don't have an email address there, their only options is your socials. And not all social, like if you aren't already connected, they may go into the double depths of people you don't know. So you may never see their message. So put in an email address that you might monitor once a week or something. Google's free. Gmails are free. Grab a free Gmail account.
It's this one here. It's like right below where all the links go. It says contact info. And if you put it in there, what YouTube does is it puts it behind like a capture so people like robots can't scrape your email. It'll be real. People have to go find it by
you have
clicking
to
catch
submit.
And you could testify that if you're looking up a whole bunch in one hit, YouTube limits that so that you don't get spammed. It goes, you might be a spammer, so we're going to stop you from doing that for a while. Let you have a cooldown.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, that was only a few weeks ago, if I recall.
Yeah, I was like, Doug, I can't get these last 2 email addresses.
Now, interestingly, it does, when I do the hashtag in the about page description, it does let me pick them, but I don't think that's going to do you any benefits because it's not something that you can't show up in that hashtag page because it doesn't show channel pages. It doesn't show playlists, we now know. So yeah, the only place that hashtags will show up in the hashtag search page is a regular video or short.
Yeah, doesn't even look like live streams show up in it.
So we learned that tonight.
We did.
Or today.
We did. All right.
Live stream consultant says that was a great stream, Doug.
That was when we were talking about your stream last year.
The past stream. I thought there's two people involved in this stream. What's going on? It's the age of the comment.
Yeah, the comment is not new. Well, it's
I
the
think
newest, but
that's right. I think we need to do it like a Nick Nimmin. And on that note, we're going to wrap things up and
we are.
and reset because it's only 35 minutes before Daryl's stream. Obviously, we're going to roll you over to the Opus Clip stream with Andrew Can. Still going to be valuable. If you don't want to be there, then you can just exit out as we finish the stream, or navigate over to Daryl's pre-stream chat as well if you want to. Unfortunately, I can't drop that in the redirect. Unfortunately. Chantelle, thank you.
I'll send a message to somebody to see if that can change. But yes, I don't know if it can.
We wanted to send people your way.
But we could not. Alice, thank you. Alice says, great stream, Chantelle.
Woohoo.
Wood. Thanks, Alice. It's been a lot of fun. It's so good that when we get to do these streams, we don't get to do them all that often, but it's a lot of fun when we do.
Yep. If you want more streams like this, then make sure you drop a comment in the replay. If you're watching the replay, drop a comment, and we'll see it there. Just to gauge interest for future. Maybe we do need to do them more often when Nick's not streaming. We used to do them
monthly for a while there.
We did.
Just on your channel.
That's right.
And we got out of the habit. So
yeah.
We don't know. It's one of those things. Unless people tell us they want it, we don't know they want it.
Yeah. Then we've got our own theme and colouring scheme for this particular stream too. So
I like
it's all
green.
good.
The green's good.
And on that note, I'll do it for real this time. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Thank you to Chantelle for joining me as a co-host. Maybe next time I'll remember to send you the link, and then you can pick messages to put on screen at the same time. I was nearly going to do that, but we got sidetracked by our audio issues before the stream, so it's all good. Eileen says she went to Sam's Club and came back, and we're greatly still alive. We're still live, and we are still live, but not for long, because on that note, I'm actually going to press the button this time, and I don't have it. Do I have an end screen? I probably had this problem last time.
Did you make an end screen for us, Doug?
Yes, I do have an end screen, so
Yay.
I just don't have a button for it.
Okay.
So thank you, Double Doug there, and we'll catch you later.